Good evening and welcome to the Nxtgen GT3 broadcast by JPB Broadcasting. I am James Parfitt, and joining me in the booth is Michael David this evening. So Michael will be here in the booth with me, bringing you all the action tonight. What a night we have got lined up for you guys. We have, first off, not only do we have a 20-minute qualifying, we then have a 15-minute sprint race. We're then going to change over sessions and go into an hour race. And that alone is going to be unbelievable. So we're broadcast live on the Nxtgen YouTube channel and on the JPB YouTube channel as well. So if you are there, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bells for notifications, because you're not going to want to miss any of the action that's got coming up on the channels for you this evening. So first off, let's start with Silverstone. So Silverstone circuit currently sitting at a track length of a I've wrote it down. Where's it gone on my bit of paper? Oh, James. Of I'm still here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just trying to find some information. Of about 5.8 kilometers in length and set in the city of Silverstone in the UK. Now, there's been 13 variants of this circuit over its time since it broke ground and basically opened in 1948. Where there are currently 4 variants in action at the moment, and we are using the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Now, that Grand Prix circuit has held Formula 1, Grand Prix Motorcycle Racing, F2, F3, W Series BTCC, British GT, Superbike Championships, GB3 Championships, and a lot more as well. So set on the site of a Royal Air Force bomber station, and is now in use currently as the current Silverstone Grand Prix circuit that we currently have today. So there you go. That is a little bit of an overview of Silverstone circuit this evening. So let's bring Michael into the booth. Michael, how are you, young sir?
I'm doing great, James. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. Apart from losing that bit of information I had circled, and now I cannot find it on my bit of paper anywhere, which is very bizarre.
You had me worried there for a second, but we'll get through this. No worries. We're here at Silverstone. Where else would you rather be? I mean, it's not too far from you, so.
Yeah, well, it's still a good couple of hours, mate. I'm not going to lie. You know, I mean, when you sit there and say it's not too far, it's still a good couple of hours. So, you know, it's far enough away.
True. But, I mean, we could be on the other side of the world at this point, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm glad to be here. I love Silverstone. It's a great track, and you were going through all the list of all the different cars that race here, all the different championships. It's harder to find a championship or a car that doesn't race here. And as we look through this field, you know, you got the BMWs, the Porsches, the Audis, Ferraris, Mercedes, no Lamborghinis, but I mean, you pretty much have everything in the field that you could ask for here, so it should be an exciting race today.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's going to be the interesting thing about it. You know, after last week where we were at Road America, and there was a big old collision at the beginning, and there was about, how can I put it, round about 15 cars, I think there was, involved in it. You know, it's kind of a hoping tonight, should we say, that tonight will be a lot better.
Yeah, you never want to see big opening lap crashes. It frustrates the drivers, it frustrates the fans, everybody out there to see, you know, their favorite driver, and all of a sudden they're out in the first lap. It just gets, you know, obnoxious sometimes. So hopefully we'll have a nice clean start this week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not expecting anything different this week. As I say, we have got 2 races lined up for you. We've got a 15-minute race, and then we go into a 60-minute race after. So I think it's going to be an absolute unbelievable race. We have got 1:47 on the clock left of practice. So yeah, so it's, you know, but before we go into the qualifying, I just think that this circuit is going to lend itself some amazing action.
Yeah, this circuit has plenty of overtaking opportunities all over the track. Really, there's very few places that you can't put a pass on. But it's just got so much different, so many different turns and so many different elevation changes. It's such a great track. You got your high speed straights, you got your S curves, through Maggots and Beckett's. It's just got everything you can need. The only thing that it doesn't have is a plane landing right there on that runway.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's have a look at the current championship standings here tonight as well, as he says that it doesn't want to work, so we're going to do it manually. In gold, Tom Dadswell is leading the way on 83 points. Mark Fletcher in second on 81. Carmelo Metello in 62 in third place. Chris Daines in fourth on 61 points. Jamie Dory in fifth on 50. Gianni Perrone in sixth on 37. Gavin Gardner in seventh on 36. Then in eighth we got Simone Papayola on 28 points. In ninth we got Rafael DeSantis on 22. Then Benjamin Kluksky on 21. Stephen Wessels on 20, and Gareth Williams is currently on 5 points. In the silver class, Adam Hedgecock is leading the way by 1 point over Samuel de Oliveira. Stefan Albanese in the third. Paul Scott in fourth. Francisco Santos Pereira in fifth. Paul N.T. Williams in sixth. Sean Shute in seventh. Igor Bembic in eighth. Robert Oddams in ninth. Paolo Antonori in 10th. So in bronze, we got Darren Doherty is leading the way by 1 point over Daniel Sitzman. Mark Sykes in third. Nigel Stock in fourth. Baz Meacham fifth. Mark Baker sixth. Matt Emmons seventh. Liam Tack in eighth. Jorge Santos in ninth. Rich Stanton in 10th. Sam Holman in 11th. Now in the teams, you got Altitude Esports leading the way currently from Team DRS Esports. Nxtgen Team Orange are in third place. DS Racing Esports Team are in fourth. Altitude Esports Blue are in fifth. And Verano Motorsports in sixth. Team Top to the Rouge in seventh. Nxtgen Team Purple in eighth. And CS Academy are currently in ninth position. So that is the current team standings, current championship standings for you. And now we are underway in qualifying. And I think, to be fair, there's going to be some very whizzy times around this circuit, Michael, as we've got 20 minutes open quali.
Yeah, no, we should see some very great times today on this track. It lends itself very well to the draft. So a lot of times you'll see people trying to use that, especially teammates. We're trying to use the draft to get a little further up ahead on the leaderboard. And I like how we have basically a full field today. All teams are represented, and all classes are fully represented for the most part. So it should be a great and exciting sprint race, and I'm super excited for the future.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Just want to give a big shout out to Sim Racing Community TV, who have provided us with that flyby of Silverstone, and will continue to provide us more as well. So good evening to you. Welcome into chat. Thank you so much again for joining us. I'm ecstatic that you're on board and providing us with them great flybys of the circuits we go to. But as I say, guys, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up, turn on the bells for notifications, and don't forget to subscribe as well, because that will be absolutely incredible. So here we go. We are now starting off with Gaza Williams from Nxtgen Team Purple, is currently out on track in the BMW. We've got BMW, Mercedes, Audis, Porsches, and Ferraris here tonight as well. So there's a lot going on this evening, and I cannot wait for this to kick off. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. So there we go. What more can we ask for, Michael? Not a lot, I think.
Yeah, and I think these BMWs are definitely going to have a little bit of an advantage on the straights here. But at the same time, it should still equal out, throughout the afternoon and evening here. The only two car companies that we don't see represented here, well, I guess three technically if you count the GT40, but Lamborghini is not represented in this class, and also the McLaren. I don't see McLaren's out there. So everything is just sticking with the Porsche, the BMW, the Audi, and Mercedes, and the Ferrari.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to hurt anybody tonight. You know what I mean?
No.
So
not at all. I just thought it was interesting that you see so many BMWs and Audis and Mercedes and Porsches, but those three cars are not represented at all. So it just makes me wonder, what it is about this track and these teams that they want to stay away from those three GT3 cars.
Yeah, not entirely sure. You know, the drivers got to lock their cars in, so at the end of the day, that's it. It's kind of done and dusted. And I think from that sort of point of view, you know, they are going to, go for it. I don't think regarding car selection, it's going to cause too much of a problem. I think these drivers are comfortable in what they've got. And I think at the end of the day that, if we haven't seen them cars, I'm kind of not really worried about not seeing them cars, to be honest. I think we're so used to seeing the traditional cars that, seeing anything like the Lambo or the McLaren is kind of a bit unusual, I think. But I think these drivers are a little bit more sort of switched on than that, should we say.
And I completely agree with you. I don't find any issue at all with those cars not being here. I'm just a little curious with the field size that it is that nobody decided to want to give one of those cars a try, just simply because we have so many drivers out here.
Yeah.
Just rule of thumb, percentages and whatnot. But no, we should see some very exciting racing between the cars that we have here. The drivers are extremely fast. So we see our first times are getting placed up here on the board. Fletcher with a 156.987 is currently your fastest time. Obviously, we're still a little early into qualifying, so that'll probably change here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think there's the leaders, current class leaders on top there, guys, as well. Fletcher, Albanese and Baker are currently leading the way in the gold, the silver and the bronze class, as the commentator's gone and picked his teeth up off the floor because they don't seem to be working correctly. But there we go. Unbelievable evening of racing lined up for everyone here tonight, and just sit back and enjoy it. I think that's going to be the main thing. We will jump on to a BRB screen after this race to basically get changed over sessions, but we won't be long, and we will be back very, very shortly after that as well. So stay tuned, guys, because I promise you're not going to want to miss any of this action. And currently fastest times on the board, 156.987. I'm expecting the times to come down a little bit from that. I'm not quite sure if they'll get down to maybe early 156s. I don't think a 155 could be on the cards at the moment.
Yeah, that 156.987 being our fastest the first time out. I'm not sure how much further down we're going to get, like you said. I am a little surprised that you admitting that you're a little long in the tooth there, so we're going to go ahead and clip that and have to save that for a future reference. But aside from that, yeah, I think we're probably going to see some cars into the mid to lower 56s, but I'd be surprised if we get into the hot upper 55s.
Yeah, well, let's just see how that goes. I think at the moment, we're seeing times of 157.11. So, if we do hit the 155s, it's going to be a massive, improvement on time. So I think we'll just see how that one goes. I have corrected that as well, so if you can just let me know that you can hear everybody all good, that will be fine. So Verano, says Sean Cranley Swash in chat as well, just letting us know that you might be a little bit quiet there, Michael. I have boosted you up a little bit, so don't worry too much about it. Silverstone is just kind of reaped in history, really, isn't it? And when you look at the track map on the right hand side, you've got to, from the driver's point of view, have kind of got a plan when they're going to exit the pits. Like, really, they want to exit about now because there's a nice big old gap on track currently at the moment.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a nice big gap, but as you see coming down those straights, that draft is going to be pretty strong coming down Wellington and the Hanger Straight. So if you have a car that's just slightly ahead of you that you can kind of tag on to the back end of, that's going to bump your time up a little bit. And obviously everybody wants to go as fast as they can. So I'm not 100% sure that staying out there by yourself is really the best bet at this moment.
Yeah, but don't you think, though, at the end of the day, they've got to, sort of try and get clean air? Because the last thing you want to do is get stuck behind somebody who is not as fast as you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you definitely want to pick and choose who you're behind. You don't want to be up in the top 3 and have somebody ahead of you that's, top 20. But yeah, I guess if you want some clean air, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. But I personally like having a draft. I like getting pulled along a little bit down the straights. And depending on these setups, you know, it really depends on how your car is set up. But I like having the draft in front of me. I like being able to use somebody else to do the work for me.
Yeah, see, that just gives you a full sense of security there, mate. I'll tell you that much. It gives you a time that you think you're going to be absolutely flying on, and then all of a sudden you realise that you've been towed.
Yeah, see, that's the difference, though, is I like to set my cars up to be fast in the corners. Ooh, that was close. I like to set my cars up to be fast in the corners, so if I can get towed down the straight, then yeah, I'm comfortable.
Baz Meacham going round in the Audi there. Poor Baz, not good for him. It's just gone round. But currently, Jordan Boudoir is leading the bronze with Francisco Santos in the silver, as you can see. And Dadswell has just gone and popped it onto pole on a 156.85. It's just showing, though, that if Tom Dadswell and Mark Fletcher can't get below 156.55, I think, you know, the time of 155s could be a little bit out of reach here.
Yeah, that's definitely probably going to be the case, especially since they're going to be on their qualifying fuel levels. Once they get full fuel levels in the future, they're probably not going to be able to touch anything close to the 55s. I'd be surprised if we go anywhere lower than where we're at right now. Maybe a tenth or two, but I don't see us going below 156.5 here.
No, definitely not. I'll be very shocked if that actually happens there, as well as Tom Dadswell is on track currently at the moment. He's going round the top part through Maggots and Beckett's before they go on that run down that hanger straight. So as he approaches in to Maggots there as well, so you know, and out the other side. So I'll be very shocked if we do get into the 155s, to be honest. But let's say you want to run down through Chapel and hanger straight here on board with Tom Dadswell as he's coming down to the infamous Stowe corner. So the right hander is going to be down in fourth. He's going to try and hug the inside. Down he goes again into third. On the throttle, out the other side he goes. And then into the pits. Oh well. Well, that's not good. Let's see if we can pick up somebody just about to start their lap. Gareth Williams is just about to start his lap coming down the Hamilton straight. So let's stay on board with Gareth Gaza Williams as he's requested. So we're going to go through Abbey, through Farm we go, and then into Village, the right-hander. It seems like an absolute age before you can put the gas on here. And then you go into the loop again. A very slow section of corners before you're hard on the gas. And around Aintree we go, all the way through now, up through the gears, down the Wellington Straight. Coming into Brooklands, the left-hander at the bottom here. Down on the brakes we go. You're going to be trying to get the inside as much as possible. Second gear there from Williams as we go around Luffield. Long right-hander through Luffield and then through Woodcote we go. The long looping right-hander as we come onto the straight, taking as much of the inside as you can there. Now we go down into Cops. Here we go. Right-hander trying to get the car pointed. Fourth gear on the go. He wants to try and stay on there if he can. And then on this run down into Maggots. So we go left, then we go right into Beckett's and then out into Chapel the other side. So we've got low, there we go. Oh, into Beckett's we go, out through Chapel. And then on the run down Hanger Straight. This is just 4 foot to the floor. As much speed as you could possibly get. And see how high you can get the car. Can he get that Beamer into sixth? Not quite. He's going to be down through into third gear. Williams here is green in sectors 1, 3 and 4 until we hit the brakes to go around the left-handed chicane left. Then we go right. We want to get the car lined up, ready to go. On the accelerator we go. On this run round club and comes across the line. And what does Gareth Williams do? On board with him currently 1:57.45. It's his fastest time overall. Doesn't quite move up any further at the moment. You can see the times on the bottom of your screen. There's nobody really setting the timing tower like currently as well. We've got yellows all the way through the board. So nobody really taking much more progress than what they have already, with about 6:48 on the clock.
I think we saw there, I think Gaza got a little wide in Cops. I think that ruined his lap. I think that was an off track there, and that's why he didn't improve, because he did have quite a few green sectors there. But I think he did get a bit of an off track there. Looking at the, our gold class here, it's BMW, Porsche, BMW, Porsche. It's pretty evenly split between Beamers and Porsches all the way down to 9th place when you see your first Audi. But once you get further down into the silver and the gold, that's when you start seeing a little bit more of the different cars coming out. And it's kind of interesting to see the choices here that these drivers are taking. I think the Audis are kind of having a lot more problems so far in qualifying than any of the other brands.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a given, really. Most people are looking at all day long are going to be looking at the BMW, right? It is just a natural born car that is kind of easy for people to drive. It's not so stressful. It eats its curbs, just like me eating my McDonald's in full bore one go, mate. You know what I mean? It doesn't kind of hang around the BM. It kind of sucks them up, eats them, chews them out the other side, and job done. But I think at the end of the day, the BMW seems to be the car of choice, and at the moment, I think that's going to be the way it's going to be. I think some of the Porsches, but the Audis are struggling. They're all the way down the field, and even the gold, Jamie Dory, who is in the Pro in gold category currently at the moment, is in 9th overall. There's just nothing there regarding the Audi. He's losing out, and there is Jamie there, to be fair, on the screen. He's losing out every time to the other manufacturers, and I think that's just something that he may have to get used to at this circuit.
Yeah, it might be something you may have to get used to. Sometimes these Audis do take a little while to come into their own groove. But honestly, I think the BMW and the Porsche mostly the BMW are just better suited for this long swooping course, where the Audi is probably a little better suited in a little tighter, situations.
Yeah.
The Porsche, if you know how to drive the Porsche, you can make it fast almost anywhere, but the Audi's a lot more tricky to handle. And like you said, the BMW, I'm actually working right now with a group of guys to try out the Petite Le Mans this weekend, and the car that they chose was the BMW, so I've been getting a little friendly with that this week. And I gotta say, coming from the 992 Cup car to the BMW is just like, it's insane how I don't want to say easy it is to drive, but comparatively it's so much less stressful.
Anything's less stressful than a 992 Cup car, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's so fun.
I don't know if fun would be my optimum word I would use for it, but
the only other car that I've tried so far that I think is more stressful than the 992 is the V8 supercars. But they got a lock rear diff, so that's just a beast of its own.
Yeah, maybe. 3:15 on the clock currently as well. We've got Rafael DeSantis in 3rd place, Mark Fletcher in 2nd, and Tom Dadswell in 1st from Altitude Esports and Team DRS Esports, respectively. The guys in Verano, Chris Daines is your first one in the Porsche. He is currently in 6th place after all, and then we've got Gianni Perrone behind them in 7th. Saying that, Gavin Gardner from Verano have just put it up into 7th place, knocking Gianni Perrone down into 8th. So Gianni in the BMW down in 8th place. Jamie Dory in 9th from Nxtgen Team Orange. Then we've got Simon Papabitiola from there as well. He is down in 10th. And Andrew Holmes down currently in 11th. As I say, we've got Francisco Santos in the silver class, sitting up in 8th overall. That's just going to be incredible from him.
Yeah, no, that's very impressive. One of the only Mercedes that we see in the field here. I think there's only 3 total. So that's another car that's, a little underrepresented. But the Mercedes, a lot of people know, has kind of become a bit of a, I don't know what the right word is, an overpowered car almost. And it's a nice drive. A lot of people really have been using it the last 2 sessions, and it's nice to see a silver driver really getting up there in the field, and very impressive for Santos.
Yeah, exactly. Diego Lucas, let's go, Verano, he says in chat. So Diego there, you know, pushing for the free Verano boys of Chris Daines, Gavin Gardner, and Gianni Peroni as well. So Samuel de Oliveira is currently down in, he is currently in 28th overall from DS Racing Esports team. We do have 32 drivers on track, Michael. 32. That is a banging field.
Solid field. Yeah, that is definitely going to bring a lot of excitement today. You know, having the 3 different car classes should mix it up quite a bit. I don't think we're going to see too much of a mix up aside from Santos in the sprint race, but coming into the feature race, we should see cars and classes all mixed up and all over the place. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing with the feature race being a reverse grid in class. Okay, let me clarify that. It's a reverse grid in class. So if Tom Dadswell wins first place in gold overall for the 1 hour feature, he goes to the back of the gold class only. He doesn't go to the back of the field. Now, let me just clarify that again. For the feature reverse, it's a reverse based on class position. It is not a full grid reverse. So we will not likely to see bronze up front. Okay, so please don't think that that is likely to happen, because I can tell you now, it is not. It's just the class reverse. It is not a grid reverse. Coming into the last 8 there, and Rafael De Santos has gone and popped it on pole on a 1:58.736. He's just done that on his last time around, and that is the end of qualifying. So Rafael De Santos has just popped it there, Michael, on pole right near the end.
Yeah, no, that was a great lap by De Santos, putting that Porsche up on top here. We've seen that it's been really tough for these cars to match that 987, and then it took a few laps to get the 849 in there. So that 786, you know, De Santos has been out there this entire time, just keeping his head down and putting in these laps and figuring out where he can take advantage and get a little bit quicker each lap. So that's definitely impressive for De Santos.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as it all comes to a close, guys, we will bring you up the final positions. We're just waiting for everybody to finish off here tonight. So there we go. I think the fact that we're opening up with a 15-minute feature, and then we're going into a 15-minute sprint, and then we're going into an hour, it's just going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, no, this is going to be very exciting. I really like having a sprint race that leads into a feature race like that. I know they also like to do their endurance races, but just seeing this setup really just I enjoy it thoroughly.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the exciting thing for everybody, to be fair, this evening as well. So stay tuned, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. I do promise you it's going to be unbelievable. And I do promise you that you're going to be in for some absolute barnstorming action. So that's literally all I can tell you. So stay tuned, hit the thumbs up, sit back, grab a cup of tea, beer, whatever your tipple is, and just nicely sit and relax and watch it, because you're going to have an absolute amazing racing going on here tonight. So yeah, it's going to be action, action, action all the way currently as well. So there we go.
Oh, see, there you go. That DRS Porsche. The Porsche has DRS. I know the new GT3 RS has DRS, so apparently he has DRS as well. So that's why he got that 786 in there. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
DRS. Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah, that's exactly got to be. I don't know how that all works out.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the new GT3, the street going GT3 RS actually does have a DRS system on it.
Really?
I believe so. I think that is an actual feature on the street going DRS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, this is a random bit of knowledge for you, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a DRS system on the new GT3s.
Oh, okay. Fair play. Fair play to them. Right, we are waiting for the results to come through, guys, and then here we go. The results are up. And the grid is live. So let's just come out of that camera because that is just horrible. Rafael DeSantis is in first. Tom Dadswell in second. Mark Fletcher in third. Chris Danes fourth. Camelo Metelo in fifth. Gazza Williams in sixth. Gianni Peroni in seventh. Gavin Gardner eighth. Santos in ninth place. Francisco Santos in ninth. Jamie Dory in 10th, Stefan Albanese in 11th, Simon Papaiola is in 12th place. Down there after that is Andrew Holmes in 13th, Benjamin McCluskey in 14th, Matt Shaw in 15th, Mark Sykes 16th, Jordan Babois in 17th, Nigel Stock 18th, Baz Meacham 19th, Paul Williams is down in 20th, Adam Hedgecott 21st, Paul Scott 22nd, Darren Doherty 23rd, Mark Baker in 24th. Daniel Sitzman in 25th, Igor Bembic 26th, Sam Holman 27th, Samuel De Oliveira in 28th, Liam Tack 29th, Robert Adams in 30th, and Adam Watson in 31st, David Faravo in 32nd. So as we say, we do have 32 cars on track this evening, and well, I don't know how this is going to go. This just could be absolutely amazing. Which is what we're hoping for, really, because I think, you know, the last thing you want to see is chaos. And after last week's sort of, how can I put it, chaotic start in Road America, I'm hoping it's clean here tonight, because the last thing these drivers want is for it to go all wrong at the beginning, like it did last week, Michael.
Yeah, I want to see some chaos, but controlled chaos. I don't want to see all these cars, you know, coming together on the first lap. I want to see, you know, wheel-to-wheel action throughout the race, but I don't want to see a repeat of our first lap from last week.
No, definitely not. So there we go, guys. As well, we are going to be following on board with our leader, Rafael DeSantis. As we come down the backside of the circuit, we have got about a quarter of a lap under the safety car. So DeSantis there out in front, chased down by the Altitude Esports guy Tom Dadswell and Mark Fletcher. They're not going to be easy drivers to keep behind him in by any shape of the form. So let's see what happens. As we are going to be, we are going to be green very, very shortly. They have been told to keep the speed limit this time around. The lights are on, the cars are up, and it's going to be go, go, go. And currently we got Dadswell in front. DeSantis trying to run round the inside of turn one, and we go chasing down now in through Abbey and Farm. And already Tom Dadswell has made the jump, and so has Chris Danes from Verano. He's also got through, and what an absolute unbelievable start from Tom Dadswell there, Michael, and has just literally barnstormed his way to the front.
Yeah, you see these two Altitude Esports BMWs, one went forward, one went backwards. Dadswell just got an amazing start right there, able to take the outside of Abbey and just take that first spot away from DeSantis. You see Danes here is now putting DeSantis under pressure for second place. But yeah, that was an insanely quick start by Dadswell, almost too fast. I wonder if you know how clean that really was.
Well, he didn't jump the start because that would have come up already. But at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do. He waited for the green flag to drop, and away he went. There has been a car number 30. That is Liam Tack. He has been off field. He can't blame me for that one this week, like he did for his others. He said, "I wonder how many people James is going to curse this week." Well, sorry, Liam. That's under your own fruition, and I'm going to prove that that was under his own fruition. Right about now on this replay, he goes round all on his own. So Liam Tack, you cannot blame me for that one this week. So there we go. Big shout out to Liam there for having a little bit of banter in chat earlier on. Carmelo Metelo is just right tied up beside Mark Fletcher there at the moment. And these guys are battling it out currently as well. Carmelo Metelo in the Porsche, Fletcher in the BMW as they come around Vale. And then on that tricky left right before they start heading around Club here with 13 minutes on the clock. We've got Metelo in as fifth place. Then we got Fletcher in fourth, Danes third, Santis in second, and Tom Dadswell out in front. So unfortunately there for Carmelo Metelo, he's just got to try and stay closer because he has got Verano Motorsports there behind him of Gianni Perrone. Currently in the silver class, we've got Stefan Albanese leading us off in the silver class currently. And Mark Sykes down there for Nxtgen Team Orange is in the bronze. 12 minutes, Michael, is more of a, you know, they've got to go for it kind of feel, haven't they? Because that reverse is a full class reverse, and at the end of the day, they've kind of got to get on their boots a little bit. You know, with this 12 minutes remaining, it is a flat-out sprint. And Stefan Albanese is putting, you know, all over the back here. Stefan Albanese's got Benji McCluskey behind him and Francisco Santos Pereira behind that in the Mercedes. He's currently climbing all over the back of Benji McCluskey at the moment for Nxtgen Team Purple. So let's see what Francisco can do here currently. You know, it's a tough one for Francisco. He's second in class under overall, Michael, at the moment, and he seems to have a slower gold, really, and that's no disrespect to Benji McCluskey at all, none whatsoever. But you know, Pereira does look a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe McCluskey is going for a bit of a longer run here, even though obviously it's a sprint race. Maybe his car is set up for the feature to go run a little longer. But yeah, no, if you're Pereira, it looks like you really want to get around him so you can get up into first place with Albanese right there on the other side. I want to point out real quick, Dadswell is just off to the races here. He's already up half a second. You got Danes is back another 1.2 seconds, and this is, yeah, close coming through here for Martello.
Yeah, Martello and Perrone are battling it out here in this battle, which is currently for fifth place. Gianni Perrone on the right-hand side, car number 35. He's looking at making his move through the Porsche on that run down through into Village. Perrone is going to have the inside line. He's just got to go in a little bit deeper than Martello. Can he get it now as he goes up through Village? They're going to be still side by side. Perrone is running through the right-hand side, and currently Martello gets it there, Michael, but that could have been a different story.
Yeah, that was definitely all about the line there. He had the move going into Village, but being on the outside of the loop really kind of stuck him out, and he wasn't able to hang it on the outside of Ante. So that kind of ruined his run there. But now we see Martello getting very wide. He's going to take that position, no problem here. And Martello's probably going to lose a spot to Williams too if he's not careful.
Oh yeah, Gazza Williams, Carmelo Martello, Jamie Dory. Williams has got his nose in front currently in the BMW. Can he hold it though on this run down now from Woodcott into Copse? And Jamie Dory's having to go in the Audi, who's got Gavin Gardner right behind him as well from Verano. So there we go. Mark Baker has been involved in an incident. Sam Holman as well. We will try and catch some of that action a little bit further on. But this absolute barnstorming battle at the moment between these guys. Gazza Williams in sixth, Martello in seventh, Dory in eighth. Now the gains are up on the left-hand side of your timing tower. Currently McCluskey up 3, Albanese 1, Dory 2, Perrone 2, Danes 1, and Dadswell is up 1 as well. Biggest gainer, you can see him there. Watson up 10. Adam Watson up 10 places from Altitude Esports Blue in that Audi, and he seems to be an absolute flyer, as he's also looking at going up the inside of Jordan Bebois there as well, and he does. That's another place for Watson there, Michael. He's up a further 11 places.
Yeah, and he's got a ton of wing damage there. So I'm a little confused how quickly he's being able to move up the field here. He is a gold driver, so obviously he's got the skill, but it's strange to see how he was already all the way back in the field and he's already up 11 positions in just a matter of minutes. Beautiful.
That's going to explain the rear wing damage. So as he comes off track, there was contact there as well, and unfortunately he went all the way down to the back of the field and has managed to make his way up, so he is currently flying. Rafael De Santos as well is now closed up within that half a second over Tom Dadswell at this moment in time, as these guys go down through Woodcott, down the straightaway, and then into Copse they go. Wow, with that accident and still gaining 10. He's gained 11 currently, Mr. Cranley Swash. So Adam Watson is currently up in 11. Diego Lucas, nice clean race so far. Yep, absolutely. Last week's pile up before the green flags. Yeah, no, we didn't see any of that. They made it all through cleanly. I will say one thing, though, as well, is Mr. Liam Tack has been giving me grief this week about who I'm going to commentate curse first, right? I'd like to point out Liam went and did it to himself, and I wasn't even looking at him this week, so poor old Liam there can't say anything about the fact I commentated cursing him. He went off all on his own. He just put the power down too early, and away he went. But Benjamin McCluskey here as well. He's having a battle with Albanese. Albanese, a complete different class from Benji there. So Benji's probably hoping he can make his way through and try and get up through the orders that come through Vale and then into Club. Because I tell you what, Benji's not going to want to try and be too long stuck almost behind Stefan Albanese. Max Short as well. He's in a battle here in the BMW card number 31. He's battling Simon Papaiola from DRS in front of him, and he's another one that is a class difference. Matt Shorter in silver, Simon Papaiola in gold. So again, there's a little bit of class difference between them guys there, Michael. But look, at the end of the day, for the fact that we've got 32 cars on track, we've only got one in the pits, which is Davide Favo. So, you know, that's not too bad out of 32 so far.
No, this has been very clean. We've seen a couple cars, you know, go off on their own, fruition. But for the most part, we've seen a lot of clean driving here. As somebody locked up there and went a little wide, but looks like everything kind of come out clean. We see one silver car up into the top 10. That's Albanese. But the rest of the field is very well shaken up. You see quite a few bronze and silvers mixing it up, so that's nice to see a little further down the field. Shorter also up there. He's a silver driver as well, but you see a lot of these silvers and bronze mixing it up midway through the field. That's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. As well, is Matt still doing his homework this week? Matt is off on location doing, Watson just sent it out the inside of Mark Sykes in the Audi there. I'll get to Matt in a minute, but that from Adam Watson. He's now got Baz Meacham behind him as well. Baz is getting the toe from Mark Sykes. Watson is not. Unfortunately for Watson, what's he going to do as they come down into Stowe? He's still got the inside line on Meacham currently at the moment, but this is some absolute barnstorming battle from Watson. Hedgecock's also involved. He's just gone past Meacham. These two guys from Altitude Esports Blue, Adam Watson and Adam Hedgecock, are working together. So Matt is off on location doing some filming for his course that he's doing at uni. So Matt is off doing some location this week. That's why we've got the wonderful Michael David in with the booth with me as well, because Matt is off on location. So good old Matt.
Daswell puts up a pretty good position, or a pretty good observation here. Dadswell has fallen back to 13th place. Do we have a replay to see what happened there? Yes. I think that might have been the car that I saw go off.
This is it, Tom Dadswell. He goes off circuit. Oh, he wasn't on his own. DeSantis give him a helping hand. Oh, Dadswell's going to be kicking himself. And maybe DeSantis is as well, but he's gone down the order. And Rafael DeSantis, look,
that was definitely a love.
Yeah, that was going into Brooklands and up through Luffield, right? You know, poor old Tom Dadswell's now got to try and battle his way through. Now,
well, if you're Dadswell, do you just kind of sit where you are, knowing that you're going to be, you know, a lot further up in the feature race now? We already saw that he has the pace to stay out front. Now
Well,
he's just going to have to make a move or two and be right up front for the feature.
well, yeah,
Might be a silver lining there.
yeah, I suppose in that aspect, I suppose it is for Tom Dadswell, because as you say, where he currently is, he will start literally in second place at the moment in gold for the feature. So from that kind of thing, yeah, there is a silver lining, but from the kind of aspect that he was going out to win this race and really should have done.
Yeah.
And Rafael De Santis did kind of, send it in a little bit too much there. And unfortunately for him, is taking out Tom Dadswell from it. So, yeah, silver lining. I can guarantee Tom Dadswell's not going to be happy, though.
No, I wouldn't be happy either. I'm just trying to look at the bright side for him. But, yeah, no, definitely in a strong position to win this sprint race. And now he's going to be back into 12th place. So even further up, he's going to be starting in 3rd currently.
Yeah, and look at the pack of cars he's got round him.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not going to help anything.
No, absolutely not. That's not going to help. Andrew Holmes, Albanese, Papaiola, Dadswell. They're all in this pack of cars, and you've got car number 45 in there as well, which is Albanese Team DRS. He's got Andrew Holmes, then we've got Dadswell, then we've got Papaiola, then we've got Matt Shorter. They're all there, and it's going to be a difficult one for it. Oh, Papaiola got out of line, so did Matt Shorter. He's gone down the order now. Adam Watson, I'd like to point out, is now up 17 places. Tom Dadswell is just Papaiola currently as well, and he's closing on to the back of Andrew Holmes. But 17 places for Watson.
It's like taking candy from a baby. He's just picking up the pieces here.
Yeah, he's flying. Absolutely flying. And I think that's more to the point. He is absolutely flying, Watson as well. He's now trying to close up onto the back of Papaiola. So that'd be interesting to see how that one works out. But Andrew Holmes, Jamie Dory is coming, just gone past Gianni Perrone. So Gianni there, not looking too comfortable in that BMW, as we've got Gazza Williams coming up behind him as well. So this is going to be an interesting battle here, and one that's going to be happening fairly soon. Poor Gazza Williams, the Nxtgen Team Purple driver, is kind of a Nxtgen Team Purple sandwich between two Veranos. So it's almost like me squashing my bread together and putting jam in the middle, and Gazza Williams is my jam. So there we go. Gazza Williams coming down the Hamilton Straight currently as well, going round Abbey and then off through Farm and then down into Village. What is he going to be able to do here? Can he catch up with the Verano of Gianni Perrone in front of him? That's going to be the interesting thing. But Tom Dadswell, look at this, right? He's got onto the back of Holmes already. He's already gone past. He's done it. What is it with... Oh.
These Porsches are just loving his rear end.
Oh, man. The DRS Esports guys have severely got a target almost on the back of Tom Dadswell's bumper there. Come on, give him a minute. You know what I mean? Let's settle down a little bit here from the DRS guys. Unfortunately, Papaiola tries to join into the back of Tom Dadswell as well after Rafael De Santis did it earlier. So look, what more can we ask for? So there we go. We've got 8 seconds remaining on the clock, and we got Chris Danes is going through Maggots and Beckett's complex here at the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. He's going through Beckett's just about now, and then he's going to be on the run down into Chapel. He's got about 1.1 over Mark Fletcher currently at the moment. Tom Dadswell's got about 3 attempts back from them. Matt Shorter, he has, just for good health, got Paul Scott from Nxtgen Team Orange in front of him at the moment as well. So he's going to be battling away and going to try and get a position there. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th in silver class currently as well. Shorter was right up there, involved early on. So unfortunately for him, but here comes Chris Danes. Round the final corner he goes, leading us off, and Chris Danes is going to be your sprint race winner with Fletcher in 2nd, DeSantis in 3rd. I can guarantee Dadswell is either going to be a little bit annoyed about that situation, because he had that in the bag and that should have been his race. Mark Sykes has gone off. Mark Sykes is off. On the last lap of the race, Mark Sykes went off track. Oh, Matt Shorter, there was all there. That was Nigel
Matt,
Stock as well, I believe.
Matt Schroeder got into the back of Williams there a moment beforehand too. So I don't know if it was a little bit of frustration or just just things coming together there. But yeah, no, that was an interesting final lap there for a couple of these cars.
Yeah, so Nigel Stock was involved in that, Mark Sykes as well, so not the greatest of ending. Verano first, what happened? Basically, Rafael DeSantis went into the back of Tom Dadswell. Let's see if we can pick up the replay for you there as well, and we can show you what happened to Dadswell from the hands of Rafael DeSantis as they're coming in. This is into Brooklands. DeSantis in the Porsche, and boom! Helped round by Rafael DeSantis. So there we go. That is basically what happened. So the results are coming up on your screen very, very shortly from race 1. And there we go. Michael, why don't you take us through it?
Hey, we got Chris Taines taking the lead, Mark Fletcher in second place, Rafael DeSantis in third place, Carmelo Martello in fourth place, Jamie Dory in fifth, Gianni Perrone in sixth, Gaza Williams in seventh, Gavin Gardner in eighth, Benji McCluskey takes ninth, and then our first silver class driver, Stefan Albanese, rounds out the top 10. Then we have Andrew Holmes, Tom Dadswell, 12th, Simone Parpahola in 13th, Adam Watson rounding out our gold class in 14th place. He's going to take pole for the final here. Then we have our second place for the silver class, Adam Hedgecock. Our first place for our bronze class is going to be Boz Meacham, followed by Jordan Bebot. Then we have Matt Shorter in 18th. See here, go a little further down here.
Yeah, working on it, working on it.
Here we go. We got Darren Daughtery in 19th, Samuel D. Oliveria in 20th, Paul Williams in 21st, Robert Adams in 22nd, Igor Bembic in 23rd, Francisco Pereira in 24th, Danzel Sitzman in 25th, Paul Scott in 26th, Nigel Stock in 27th, Liam Tack in 28th. Then I had Mark Sykes in 29th, 30th, Mark Barber, Sam Holman in 31st, and the field is rounded out by David Favo in 32nd.
So there we go, guys. That is what happened so early on here as well to, unfortunately, Tom Dadswell. Right, guys, we're going to need to change sessions, so we will be back right with you very, very shortly. Okay, guys, we are back once again for the 1 hour feature race here for the Next Gen Racing GT3, broadcast by JPB Broadcasting, brought to you live from Silverstone GP Circuit using iRacing, the world's premier simulator. And in the booth tonight, you've got myself, James Parfitt, and Michael David here, bringing you all the action this evening. So welcome into chat. If you are still here, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bells for notifications, because you're not going to want to miss any of the Next Gen Racing GT3 that's coming up for you. And well, it is going to be an unbelievable season. Next up after this, next week is Imola. Then we go on to Spa, which is a 2-hour endurance session. Then we got Sebring, Montreal and Nord combined for another endurance. So the final round of the series is a endurance at Nord's combined as well. As well. Oh look, the Next Gen fan club have arrived in chat. Yes, mate, they have, but I can't do anything about that because I'm not administrator or anything of the chat. So if anybody is a moderator and can do something about that, that would be absolutely amazing. But currently I can't. So there we go. But we've got 3 minutes left of practice here tonight as well. So let's bring Michael back into the booth. Michael, that was a very interesting sprint race, and unfortunately for Tom Dadswell, it didn't go too well.
Yeah, no, it started off really nice and clean, and then towards the end, it started getting a little bit more convoluted, and we saw Dadswell falling all the way back down the order. Now, we do know with the reverse grid, like I was saying, Silver Lining is going to be starting in 3rd place. But he made the point, and it's pretty much obvious. Wouldn't you rather win and have to work your way up through the field? So that's got to be frustrating for him. DRS, the team, the DRS Porsche team there, might need to take a look at their tactics there, because it wasn't just 1 but 2 that got into the back of Dadswell there towards the end. So yeah, a little frustrating, but we should have a nice, clean, and efficient race here. We're going to have an hour feature race. Everybody is required to make a pit stop. You don't have to change your tires, but you do have to fill up the fuel. So that's going to bring a little bit of strategy into the mix. But, you know, with an hour-long race, 3 different car class or 3 different driver categories, should be very interesting, very exciting, and very fun. I'm excited for this.
It should be absolutely unbelievable. So hopefully, again, we keep it clean at the start there as well. So thank you so much for joining us this evening as well. You can go and follow us over on Twitter at JPBroadcasting _ or Next Gen Racing as well. So you've got us both there that you can go and join on. It's Next Gen Official. And as I say, it's JP Broadcasting _ from Twitter. So please go and hit us up with a follow, and you'll see when we go live, and you know, everything that's taking place on the JPB Broadcasting Network this week. And what a week it is likely to be, and you do not want to miss any of the action. So yes, go hit us up as well over on Twitter, and as I say, subscribe on YouTube if you are here. That would be absolutely amazing. I always find this, you know, the first 1 hour feature we did, there was a lot of action taking place in it. You know, it was at Fuji of all circuits, and I think that Fuji is kind of a different entity to Silverstone. You know, Silverstone at places can be quite fast flowing. The runs down from Luffield all the way down into Stowe is really quite a fast flowing corner. So it should kind of lend itself a little bit more to overtakes than Fuji did, I think.
Yeah, no, we're going to see quite a bit of overtakes. We saw quite a bit earlier in the field. Who was it we saw running through the field?
Adam Watson.
Adam Watson making up, what, 17 positions there, and he's going to start on pole. Watch out for him in this one. But, yeah, no, we saw plenty of overtakes in the first sprint race. I'm not sure, maybe we'll see a little bit more of a less aggressive start and a little more conservative off the front here, if you want to go ahead. Do you want me to take this, or do you want to take this?
Give me 2 seconds. It's not quite brought up the right grid. That is the right grid. just bear with me. It's not loving this currently at the moment. So just bear with us as we try and get everybody up into where they're supposed to be, because currently they are not. So let's see if we can do it this way. It's not still loving this reverse grid. I'm pretty sure Matt Shorter is not on pole. It's actually from Adam Watson. So I'll do it manually by the timing tower. Adam Watson is in first. Papaiola in second. Dadswell in third. Andrew Holmes fourth. Benji McCluskey in fifth. Gavin Gardner in sixth. Gaza Williams in seventh. Gianni Peroni in eighth. Jamie Dory ninth. Carmelo Metello in 10th. Rafael DeSantis in 11th. Mark Fletcher 12th. Chris Daines in 13th. And that starts the end of the gold. In the silver, it's got, oh no, it's just shuffled itself around, so hopefully we might be able to give you a quick rundown now. No, it's still got Matt Shorter in first. Paul Scott, Francisco Pereira, Ivan Benbich, Robert Odhams, Paul Williams, Samuel de Oliveira, Adam Hedgecock, Stefan Albanese. In bronze, Sam Holman, Mark Baker, Mark Sykes, Daniel Sitzman, Darren Doherty, Baz Meacham, Jordan Bebois, Liam Tack and Nigel Stock. So that is currently the grid overall. Sorry about that, but the grid was not showing up correctly.
I gotta say, that was pretty impressive because mine is jumping all over the place. I'm not sure how you got that one down.
Well, I got it down before it started jumping all over the place, which was, you know, thank the gods on that one, mate. But the hour start here from Silverstone with the feature race. Adam Watson is leading us away. The man who gained nearly 17 positions, I think, in the first round is going now. He's gone already. Simon Papaiola is going up the inside as well. Here we go on this run down now into the second corner complex on that run into Village and then down into the loop. And it's Adam Watson, Tom Dadswell, Benji McCluskey, Simon Papaiola, Gaza Williams, Jamie Dory, Andrew Holmes, Gianni Perone, Rafael DeSantis, Gavin Gardner, Chris Daines has made his way up 4 positions as well currently at the moment. And there are the gainers on the left-hand side on your timing tower. And as you can see, currently it is Adam Watson out in front. So there we go, see what Adam can do. But there's been some movers all the way through the field. Rafael DeSantis has just been overtaken by Andrew Holmes, and then gets him back again. Jamie Dory making moves currently as well. He's up 4 at the same time. Andrew Holmes is down 2. What an absolutely exciting battle from Rafael DeSantis' team DRS as they come around the back of the stadium now. And then we've got the BMW Andrew Holmes tucked up right on the inside as well. Is he going to run it down into Cops here now? And he does. Andrew Holmes takes the position back from Rafael DeSantis. Out front, Adam Watson has got Tom Dadswell climbing all over him through Maggots and Beckett's. And currently Adam is leading us away at this moment in time. But overall, that was a fairly clean start. No major incidents that I can see after the green flag, which is always good on that one.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my end either. So we got away cleanly. Quite a few big gainers here. Gaza Williams up 4. Jamie Dory up 4. Rafael DeSantis is up 4, possibly 5. He's fighting there with Holmes. Chris Daines up 4, like you said. We have a lot of people that have really moved up the field here. So very exciting, very clean start here. And I'm excited to see how this Audi of Adam Watson is going to hold on with Tom Dadswell right behind him. We saw the Audis kind of take a few minutes to really get into form earlier into the race. So this early into the feature race, I'm kind of surprised he's able to hold back. And if he's able to hold on, I think we're going to see Adam Watson really start to walk away from us for a little while.
Right, okay, let's have a look back at this because Stefan Albanese here was involved in an incident and there was a lot of other people involved in this. So I want to make sure I'm going to get this right. That is Adam Hedgecock. Oh, Albanese. That's where it all is. Sykes is all involved as well. It's like a parking lot on that corner. And currently there has been Albanese, Adam Hedgecock, Paul Williams, Mark Sykes, Mark Baker, Sam Holman, Robert Odhams and Baz Meacham were all involved in that corner incident. Adam Hedgecock has had another incident, which is going to take a quick look before we go live there again. There is Adam Hedgecock. Oh, he's just gone, oh! That was close. Mr. Hedgecock goes and parks that BMW and jumps it into the pits. So that was a big old crash there as well. And as you say, it turned into a bit of a parking lot. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars involved in that incident that started with Albanese and Mr. Hedgecock. So here comes Dadswell now as he's on that run down the hanger straight we go. What can Dadswell do? He's climbing all over the back of Watson here currently at the moment as they're going to head down into Stowe. The BMW of Dadswell, the Audi of Watson. Watson's gains in the last race, but Dadswell's going to send it out the inside of Stowe. Is he going to get it? Currently running side by side as they're going down into Vale and then into the chicane at the end here on the left, and then we go to right. Oh, Dadswell's trying to take it. Oh, is he going to get him? He's not. All the while, though, Benji McCluskey has climbed onto the back as well. So this is going to turn into an absolute epic freeway battle very, very shortly between Watson, Dadswell and McCluskey. So I think here, Michael, this could be an absolutely barnstorming race so far with 55 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, that was great defensive driving through the third sector there for Watson. He made a mistake in Beckett's that opened the door into Chapel and down the hanger straight for Dadswell. And Dadswell definitely had it all the way up into Stowe. But Adam Watson was able to take that inside defensive line through the third sector there at the very end and, you know, through Vale, and really able to keep him at bay for the moment, for the time being. But Dadswell was all over his rear end here. McCluskey did have an opportunity to kind of peak, but he's backed off a little bit. And I think if you're Adam Watson, you are definitely under quite a bit of stress right now from Tom Dadswell.
Yeah, I can guarantee once we talk to the drivers at the end of this, I can guarantee they're going to be sweating. They are always sweating when they come in. Oh, Mark Baker, Andrew Holmes has been involved in an incident. I think Nigel Stock may have had something to do with this as well, because he's gone and parked it in the pits. So let's have a look back and just quickly see what happened to Mark Baker here. I think this is going to be a solo. Yeah, he's just gone round.
Yeah, those Audis are hard to you know bring in. Once you get them in, you know, once you get those front tires up to pressure, up to temperature, they're fine, but they're really hard to really warm.
Oh, Andrew Holmes has got the 35. Oh, Andrew all on his own again. Right, let's get back to the live action, because up front, Dadswell's now taken over from Adam Watson. Dadswell got past Watson there as well, so Dadswell now out in front. Watson in the Audi, still trying to chase him down currently at the moment. So let's see how this one materializes. And then we got the next gen Purple Boys of Gazza Williams and Benji McCluskey right behind this battle. But if Watson don't stay with Dadswell here, mate, I think Dadswell's going to be off on his bike.
Yeah, Dadswell, we saw his pace in the first race before his incident there with, was it Mattel? No, it was with DeSantis. We saw his pace in the first race. He's clearly got it. He's got it under control. He looks nice and calm here. He waited his time, you know. He went to attack a couple times, but was able to smartly and wisely back out until it was the right time, got the move done, and now I think we're going to see him sailing off into the sunset until pit stops, unless Adam Watson can do something crazy here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all on Adam Watson at the moment. We've got car number 26th place, Paul Williams and Adam Hedgecock up the road. That they are going around Cops currently. These guys are just going around the back end side of Woodcote as we're coming around now in the BMW and the Audi. The two guys from Altitude Esports, Tom Dadswell, and Altitude Esports Blue, Adam Watson, are closing up on their teammate, Mr. Adam Hedgecock. So Mr. Hedgecock there is going to be under some pressure very shortly, and I think it's going to let him through. Gianni Perrone here with Chris Daines in the front of this pack. We've got Chris Daines, Gianni Perrone, Carmelo Metella, Gavin Gardner, Paul Scott and Francisco Santos Pereira, all within about a second apart at the moment. Daines is opening up that little bit of a gap, but Carmelo Metella from the DRS esports team cannot get away from the Porsche of Gavin Gardner, and Gardner is dragging along Paul Scott and Francisco Santos Pereira and Igor Bembic. So there's quite a few cars that could end up coming together down the order at the moment, so we're going to keep an eye on that one as that one materializes as well. Watson is 2 tenths. Watson is only 2 tenths back. Oh, he took a big dose of curb, did Watson.
He's trying to get a little wide there for the run down to Hamilton Straight, but he took a little bit too much curb. That Audi doesn't like curbs as much as the BMW does. Yeah, but he's not letting go. He only dropped back about a tenth here, so he's right on the tail.
Yeah, absolutely. Gianni Perrone has gone off track, entered and come back on, and has gone straight in to the pit. So let's just see here what happened with Gianni Perrone. There he is. Oh!
Got a little help there, it looks like.
It looked like it, didn't it? I think Gianni Perrone got a little help from the car number
DRS
one.
Car?
Yeah, DRS 122. That's Carmelo Metello. The DRS boys are involved with a bit more than they need to. That was a bit cleaner than last week's start. Yes, it was as well. It definitely was there as well. Punted, says Shane Abbott. Yep. It did look like the 122 of Carmelo Metello did help the Verano BMW round. I'm not going to lie. So Gianni Perrone may have been helped around by Carmelo Metello, and I think that's, yeah, may have to have a look back at that one for the stewards. But Jamie Dory is chasing down Papaiola from DRS as well. Jamie Dory in the Nxtgen Team Orange car. Another Audi here, mate, and we got him in 4th place this time. You know, he's got Mark Fletcher behind, so no slouch, not going to lie. And, oh, Dory's going to try and go. Is he going to... Oh...
That would have been a brave send right there. Yeah, no, we see the Audis are starting to come alive, but the Porsches and the BMWs do seem to be owning this field.
There goes Fletcher. Fletcher sent it. Fletcher sent it on Dory. Next up is Papaiola. So there we go. But Matt Shorter and Daniel Sitzman there. Matt has just gone past. So Daniel is in the Mercedes behind him, currently down in, well, Sitzman's 18 overall, Shorter's 19th, so there we go. So that is the current situation in them. In the classes, Scott is leading the silver, Dadswell the gold, and Doherty is in the lead for the bronze. He's got quite a nice healthy little gap to Baz Meacham currently at the moment, so he is not gaining. However, Samuel de Oliveira is got the BMW of Andrew Holmes for company, and Holmes is obviously trying to come back through. So let's see how this one pans out just for the next few corners before we jump off on to the next piece of action. But currently Andrew Holmes is climbing all over the back of Oliveira. Is he going to make it through? That's going to be the question, no, Michael.
Yeah, he's still a little bit far back here, but he's definitely climbing on the back here. He's going to have an opportunity coming down. Let's see where they are on track.
They're up for
yeah, they're coming down into Stowe, yeah. Sorry, yeah, through Cops. Yeah, so he's going to have an opportunity, especially on the back straight, on the hanger straight, if he can make it through Maggots Beckett's Chapel smoothly. We've seen those BMWs be really, really fast on the straights, and he's right up on his bumper here.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's going to have an opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for Oliveira to keep Holmes at bay, to be fair, because there's the sector times at the bottom of the screen. As you can see from Holmes, he has been quicker through sector 1, 2 and 3, and I think he's going to be even faster as we go on here as well. So Holmes is going to be trying to make that move on the inside. Is he going to do it? No! New nose for Andrew Holmes there. Oliveira said no, but Holmes is trying to go up into the... He's got it this time. Got it this time. Andrew Holmes.
Yeah, he was much stronger.
Yeah, he just looked overall a lot quicker than Oliveira anyway. So I think this could be Holmes pushing on now. Benji McCluskey is... he's got currently Paul Scott behind him, another Audi. So the Audis, though, even though they didn't do what we think... has done better in this race. You know, there's 3 of them in the top 13. So, you know, not a bad run so far. I want to see what happens to Nigel Stock. Unfortunately for Nigel, this isn't Nigel's first unfortunate incident here as he's coming around the chicane. I think he's going to overcook it on the way out, take too much of a curb, and off he goes. So Stock into the gravel, but that will be enough of that. Oh! That was Paul Williams.
We got something going on up front. Watson's back in the lead.
Yeah, Watson and Dadswell have swapped again. We'll bring you that very, very shortly. Here is how Watson got past Dadswell. Oh, he goes around the outside. It looks like Dadswell there has either got a slowdown he's trying to get rid of, because he looked very slow there, but that was, unfortunately, Paul Williams been involved in an incident. So we will try and catch the Williams battle at the moment. This is when I show a replay, everything else kicks off at the same time. So we'll keep an eye on Benjamin McCluskey and Pereira just for a brief moment here to see how this one pans out. We've still got 46:30 on the clock, so the guys have got time, but Papaiola has not got time. He's got the ever-looming Mercedes of Pereira behind him, and also McCluskey. Further back from that, Andrew Holmes is looking at, he's just claimed another position over Igor Benbic, sorry, as well. But Gaza Williams and also Rafael de Santos, they're going side by side. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Whoa, de Santos makes it through. On that run into Abbey through farm and down into village, but Williams is not letting him rest. He's going to take a different line to try and get a faster exit out of the loop. Can he make that BMW stick? He's got to try it, Michael. He's got to give it a good old go.
Yeah, he's definitely got to give it a chance here, but it looks like DeSantis is going to get that move done. Yeah, he's clearing him down the Wellington Straight here in the Brooklands. I think this is job done and dusted here, and it's going to free DeSantis up to go say hello to his little friend Tom Dadswell.
Yeah.
We'll see if these two can get together again and see what happens, see if they can play nicely this time.
Yeah, well, it's about a 3-second gap, so, you know, they've got a while yet. Oh, Oliveira gone in. That's allowed McCluskey to try and come through. Oliveira went in a little bit deep there, just missed the back end of Papaiola. So that is a McCluskey through, and now McCluskey's turn to have a crack at Papaiola as well. So there we go. But back up front, Adam Watson has got Dadswell Comfort Company once again. So there you go. DRS guys a little bit on the feisty side. Yeah, they definitely are. The back markers are going to come into play. They have gone past one already. Rafael de Santos is now up to the back of
Watson is...
Yeah, that's Hedgecock, Dadswell and Watson. There we go. They're going to be side by side. And that's Dadswell through this time. So there you go. Now Watson got the lead again, and Dadswell got the lead back. Watson's going to be trying to take it around the outside into the chicane. Can he hold it? Oh,
that was brave. That was brave.
Oh, Watson! What a stunning move! Over Dadswell there. I didn't think that was going to get in like that, Michael. I've got to be honest.
No, that didn't look like it was going to end cleanly there. I think Dadswell did the smart thing and fell. Oh!
It was that Watson.
It's going to be the end of that.
Watson's up, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that was self-induced as well, and that's brought DeSantis within a second here. So Dadswell and DeSantis right back 1-2 here, but yeah, Watson fighting for that lead position, just losing the rear end here. I think he did it all by himself. We see Liam Tack here.
Oh no, that's Liam Tack. Sorry. Yeah, that was just him coming through.
We have another angle at that. Oh,
so
that's gonna be.
That's going to be done and dusted there for Watson. He just put it nose deep into the wall. So unfortunately there, that was all on Adam Watson after being... He was doing so well, Watson. He's going to be gutted with himself.
Yeah, frustration. I think we might have had a different angle at that, a little different opinion, but it looks like he just stepped out the rear there. I don't think he got any help from Dadswell, but that's just got to be pure frustration because that's just his own doing, as we see.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he just lost the rear end.
Nothing to do with Dadswell there whatsoever. That was unfortunately all Watson, and Watson's gone off again.
Yeah, he's going to have to use that. You said that they have a
fast repair.
Fast repair. He's going to have to use that right now in order to stay in this fight. But yeah, it looks like he was just a little too aggressive. We saw him moving up 17 positions in the sprint race, but he got a little too crazy up front there, and overdrove the car a little bit. Ended up in the wall.
Yeah, look at the state of that Audi. He is coming around. Lucky enough, though, he's on that backside of the circuit near the pit entry. So there we go. Can that be classed as the commentator's curse? Dadswell, stop it! Had nothing to do with it. But Watson should be peeling off into the pits. There we go as well. I'm not in the car, okay? I can't. I'm not taking that one this time around. It's not happening for me. No. No, no, no. We're not having it, Michael. They're not blaming us for everything in this YouTube chat, I'll tell you.
No, I think we were just kind of noticing it as it happened. But see a nice battle here between Fletcher and Williams. Fletcher is going to try to take the inside. He's got the job done. That looked like Williams just completely backed out there. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, he left the door kind of wide open. You know, it's almost like leaving my front door open and not expecting to get burgled while I'm asleep in bed, unfortunately. I think Williams just kind of left the door wide open there, and Mark Fletcher made it through. So there we go. Baz Meacham, Darren Doherty, and Matt Shorter, who's just sent it, mind you, on Baz Meacham. This is your battle for bronze lead. Baz Meacham and Darren Doherty. There is Doherty at the bottom of your screen. There is Meacham in the middle. So Doherty has got Shorter right up behind him currently at the moment as well. So I think Shorter's going to clear Doherty, and that will allow these guys to carry on battling there as well. Francisco Santos Pereira is still leading silver class overall. So he is still leading the silvers. So Santos Pereira there as well, going on his merry way. Matt Shorter is tucked up right behind Doherty. I think really Doherty kind of needs, you know, it's not his fight almost, I suppose. He's got a right to fight, but it's kind of not his fight. So yeah, I wouldn't be putting up too much of a battle if you know, Matt Shorter decides that he's going to absolutely send it on him, which he is going to do now. From Doherty's point of view, it would be kind of a let him go kind of thing, you know what I mean? I wouldn't overly fight that too much.
Yeah, I think you're going to lose a little bit too much time fighting him for that position. It's going to bring Meacham all up into his rear end. It already brought him in here. That really worked out very, very poorly for Doherty because he's got Meacham right behind him here. So, yeah, I would have just let Shorter by right down the stretch and maybe even tried to tag along the back end, get a little bit of a draft from him because now he's under pressure for that top spot on the bronze.
Yeah, these guys are literally going at it as well. Ooh, Baz, think about your move. Think about the move. Because you got very close to Doherty then as well. So he's got to be picking it off carefully because otherwise they're going to be in deep, deep trouble here.
Yeah, we want to see it clean. We got 39 minutes left. There's still plenty of race. You don't need to be making any outrageous moves for first place right now. You can kind of keep your head down. A little too early for that.
Yeah, and I think this is, you know, one of them races, as you say, we got 38 on the clock. They've still got time to make positions, even though Dadswell's currently got a 1 second gap to DeSantis. Fletcher is below the 1 second line. And then obviously we've got Williams here. Gaza Williams is chasing down Fletcher in front of us, and we're below a second there as well. So there's a lot of second gaps going on at this moment. Hey guys, are we well? Says Dan. Yes, we are. Thank you so very much. Much love to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Dan Peoples has joined us as well. So thank you, Dan. Much love to you. In the middle of a GT3, well, race at the moment, hour long, 38 minutes on the clock, and we got Tom Dadswell, DeSantis, Fletcher, Williams, Danes, Martello, Gardner. Jamie Dory is the first man to blink. He is in the pits, obviously, apart from the cars that were involved in the incidents earlier on. Mark Sykes has just pitted. That's allowed Adam Hedgecock. So yeah, there's people in the pits. You've just joined us at the right time as well, so thank you, Dan, for that one. What do we reckon? You know, Michael, we got 38 minutes, right? And at the end of the day, we've still got a lot of time and a lot of racing to go. You know, what are we kind of expecting here? Because Danes is closing all over the back of Williams. Williams is losing contact with Fletcher. Danes really, from his own point of view, kind of needs to make this move to get onto the back of Fletcher because, you know, Danes is on a 1:57.15, fastest man on track for the last time out. He actually had a tied time with Fletcher. So the last times they did tie, and they both did exactly the same time. Dane's a little bit quicker, 1:51, Fletcher on a 1:52. So, you know, there's nothing between them, clearly.
Yeah, it's about a 4/10 gap there for Williams between the two of them. So if you're Danes, you're going to want to get around him as quickly as you can. Looks like Williams, even though he's only 4/10 down, he has lost a little bit of pace So we saw he kind of let Fletcher by, so that was a little head scratching in my opinion. But yeah, I think if you're Danes, you're really going to try to get by him, and if you're Williams, this pit stop probably can't come soon enough.
Yeah, exactly, and I think these guys have got to kind of look at doing that. I think Danes has gone into the pit, so that's kind of give Williams a little bit of breathing space. So Danes, as you can see, is dropping down the order, but he is in the pit lane, so do not panic too much. So there we go. Danes, as you can see, dropping down on the timing tower, but again, he is in the pits. I think we're going to start seeing the kind of the rush of the pits coming up now. As we say, tyres changes are not mandatory, but fuel is. So there we go.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, I guess it really depends on how much fuel you want to take. If you want to be lighter towards the end, which in my opinion, I'd rather be lighter towards the end, as we see Martello putting in a 156.9. That is a steaming fast lap there. Oh my lord.
Yeah, he is right up behind Williams though. So Williams is assisting with that you know, that toe almost to get him into that 156s, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I tried to tell you in the you know, in practice in the qualifying, I'd like to be fast in the corners and get towed down the straight. You said it was a bad idea, but I see a purple there from next to Martello for doing that strategy. Just saying.
Yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Big up yourself at the end of the day. A little bit rude, but Andrew Holmes is trying to make his way through.
You were calling me out. You were saying I was wrong. I'm just trying to back myself up here.
Yeah, well, you got yourself backed up, and I accept your, you know, what you said, but it doesn't mean I have to sit back and accept it, do I? You know, because at the end of the day, like, you know.
Well, I'm going to just sit here and eat my baked potato, and I'll just leave you alone.
Well, do you have steak with that as well? Because that's just terrible. Elwin, Matt Shorter making his debut in Next Gen. Yes, he is tonight. He's currently in silver in 4th overall in silver class, 13th overall throughout the whole race. So Matt Shorter there is making his debut. We've got Andrew Holmes, Pereira, and McCluskey. We've also got Williams and Martello. What do we reckon here? Because I think that with it's you don't want to tarnish anybody with the same brush, right? But the DRS boys, and a couple of people have mentioned it in chat tonight, have been a little bit, somewhat, maybe overzealous with their maneuvers, because they have been involved in a couple of incidents, and you know, it's led to some thoughts about it in the chats, like, but how are they going to? They've got to try and do it cleanly, haven't they? I think if this ends badly, right, that same tarnished brush is going to continue for the DRS drivers, and that's where they don't kind of really want to be. I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I possibly can here, and I'm trying to pick my words in a way that doesn't look like I'm tarnishing everybody with the same brush, but they have been involved in a few, and they were involved in a few last week, which caused a massive pile-up on the start. So, you know, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't want your team to have a reputation where people are going to be maybe defending a little harder, if you would, or, you know, always looking out for you in their mirrors. So hopefully the DRS boys can kind of settle down and make it a little cleaner. They definitely have hits. You see Martello up there. You see Parfitt was up there too. DeSantis obviously, but you don't want to have that tarnished reputation, as you said, because it's not going to help you in the future. You want everybody to race you like you want to be raced. Yeah. So. I mean, you don't want to be out front and all of a sudden somebody's giving you a little bump from behind and help you around a little bit.
Yeah, but we saw that in the sprint race, didn't we?
We did see that. And you don't want that coming back to you. So
no. Right.
I think you got to keep your head down and kind of just hope people forget.
Yeah, exactly. There has been a rush in the pits. Dadswell, Fletcher, McCluskey, Holmes, Scott, Papaiola, Samuel de Oliveira, Matt Shorter, Darren Doherty, Sitzman, Jordan Bebois is also in there as well. So, yeah, a few people making into their pits at the moment. I want to keep an eye on Chris Danes. He's coming down the start currently at the moment. And I'm going to see how this one pans out for Danes, because currently he's moved all the way up into 7th place. And Dadswell's back out on track a little bit further down the line. Then Mark Fletcher and then Danes. So Fletcher's made a move here as well. So Fletcher is now sitting in, well, there's a lot of shuffling going on in my timing tower, as you can see on the left-hand side there, guys. So bear with us while others come out. And I'll tell you what we'll do. I think it's best to give, you know, these guys a little bit of a minute to settle down here. Yeah, Dadswell saw the leaders in the pits. They are out as well. So currently, Dadswell is the lead man that has pitted. Okay, so Dadswell is the lead man that has pitted. I will show you. That's the situation. So everybody above Dadswell have not pitted. Now the gap to Dadswell and Oliveira, Rafael DeSantis, sorry, is 35.57. So the combined pit lane time, 53 seconds. So technically, if you're going by what the timing software is telling us, you should see Dadswell retake the lead. Now, Dadswell's coming through Chapel and is going down Hanger. The DeSantis, Williams, Martello and Gardner are in the pits. So we're going to have to see how this one pans out. You don't have to be diplomatic. Well, you kind of, I do in a way, because as much as you want to sit here and say what you really kind of like almost think about it, you've got to kind of think of everything on top of that. And at the end of the day, you know, these are all respected drivers. They are nice fellas. And at the end of the day, I don't fancy waking up to 20 DMs from people telling me that they've done this and I've done that. And it's just not worth it. But I think to give an opinion on it, from the fact that now Dadswell is going to retake the lead, DeSantis is out. DeSantis is out. There is DeSantis. There is Dadswell. Oh, 1.4. Dadswell got it. Fletcher is in 3rd. He got Martello. Danes is in 5th. There's Williams behind him. So the leaders are currently 8 seconds from 6th place all the way down to Tom Dadswell. And currently Dadswell has got the gap. He's got the gap out to 1.3. So everybody is now in the pits. Yeah, as much as you kind of want to sit back and go, you know, look, this, and this, it's just sometimes, you know, you've got to be diplomatic about it, because at the end of the day, you know, it's just not worth it from my kind of point of view, that if you sat back and say, look, this team is taking people out, whether or not they outbreak themselves, whether or not they, whatever the situation may be, you know, you've still got to kind of put it in a diplomatic way, Michael. And I think that's sometimes where our job is a little bit on the tough side, because you kind of got to pick your words carefully.
Yeah, well, first of all, we're not in the car, so we don't know. You know, they could have locked up. There's a million things that could have happened. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, an intentional thing. You'd like to hope that it wasn't intentional. It was a complete mistake. We're not in the car, so we don't necessarily know what exactly happened. You do want to be a little diplomatic about it. But that being said, you know, seeing 3 or 4 different incidents from the same team, it kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. But at the same time, we're not in the car. It could literally just be, you know, happenstance. It could have just happened that way, and we're just happening to like zero in on it. Yeah. So there's 2 different sides of that coin. We see Matt Shorter getting real close here to the back bumper. Oh,
that's Oliveira. Yeah, De Oliveira. Dadswell, you can say it as it is. Yeah, you kind of. Do you know what, right? I've done that. Okay, I've said it as it is. And as we can see, Shorter now has passed Oliveira. That's put Shorter 3rd in silver overall. He's just taken 3rd in silver, making his debut, as we know, this evening. So Matt Shorter in the BMW making his debut for the Nxtgen, and is currently now 3rd in silver. Yeah, you know, as much as you'd love to do that, and I've done that before, and I've said it before, and I woke up and it was just message after message after message, and it's just not worth me necessarily almost telling you how I really feel about what happened. Yeah, you know, Martin Brundle can get away with it. He's on live TV. You know, he'll go down to the pit lane, speak to the drivers. So, you know, that's it. But as for me and Michael, you know, we're on the end of a DM, and it's just, it can cause me too much grief. I'm just messing with you. No, you're not. Don't tell fibs. You would love it if I sat here and went on a 5-minute rant. Phil across the pond, sorry I'm late. I just got the notification we're live. That's all right, Phil. No worries at all. Thank you so much for joining us. You've joined us 26 minutes towards the end of a 1-hour feature race that has currently got a pit stop that everybody has taken. Tom Dadswell here in the BMW from Altitude Esports is being chased by Rafael DeSantis. Now, these two come together in the sprint. We had a 15-minute sprint, and these guys come together. DeSantis into the back of Dadswell. The gap's down to 0.7. We're hoping it doesn't happen again. And that's it, really, Michael, isn't it? That's the story so far.
Yeah, but I think if it's Tom Dadswell, that's definitely going to be in the back of your mind.
Of course it is.
See who's behind you.
Of course
you know
it
what
is.
happened in the sprint. You know that you're coming down to the end. You're going to have that in the back of your mind. So are you going to go extra defensive? I don't think so, but DeSantis is closing it up like nobody's business.
All right,
they both put in some extremely fast laps.
Exactly, right? You're sitting there, Dadswell, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to say this, right? You said one thing. Are you going to go ultra defensive? You should not, here we go, you should not have to worry about it in these circumstances, right? It should be clean racing regardless. And if DeSantis has said, you know, he didn't expect Dadswell to be specifically slow in that specific corner, you know, it's come backwards and forwards in chat a little bit, but at the end of the day, they've got to keep it clean. And if Dadswell goes full defensive, literally gets out of his car, builds a wall across the middle of the track. DeSantis comes along, knocks him off, knocks him over, knocks him into the bush, a wall, a fence, where gravel. It's going to go again. And that's the thing, that worry, that nervous worry that Dadswell's now got in his car. He's looked in the mirror, seen where he's gone, remembering the incident, having flashbacks, having bad mental palpitations and panic attacks because of who's got beside, and that shouldn't be like that in racing. And they've got to keep it clean. And if this goes the same way in this one as it does in the sprint, I am dreading the repercussions of that action. I'm dreading the conversations that they're going to have, because it's just going to go off. And at the end of the day, it can't. For DeSantis' own reputation, for DRS's own reputation, DeSantis cannot, in any shape or form, get into anywhere near Dadswell and knock him off track.
Yeah, you got to hope for Dadswell's sake that, you know, like the best professional drivers out there, he has zero short-term memory. You got to completely forget that mistake ever happened, and you got to just push. Right now, he's feeling the heat, but...
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, DeSantis is all over his rear end, so you can't forget. You have to forget about that incident earlier. You just have to drive your race right now.
This is the corner where it happened last time. Coming down into left field.
Oh, he's going for the inside. Oh, he went to the outside.
He went to the outside. I don't know if he went to the outside because DeSantis is trying to avoid Dadswell or what, but this is what we mean. 23 on the clock, guys. Stay in chat, sit back, relax, drink a cup of tea, get a beer, whatever your tipple is. You are not going to want to miss these last lot of set of minutes, as we do have a back marker in front of us currently as well. So there is a back marker going to get in the mix of this one, and hopefully we, well, won't see him too involved, but look, at the end of the day, mate, I just think that this has got to be clean. That is Adam Hedgecock. That is Tom Dadswell's teammate who is in front of him. Paul Williams has been involved in another incident, so has Robert Adams. Jamie Dory's been off track as well twice. I'm trying to not look too much at replays, because every time I do that, something happens on the track and I miss it completely. So we're going to be sticking with this battle currently at the moment. So, you know, we pray. You're making
yeah, you're making David want it. Come on, man. Look at you. You're willing it into the universe here. You gotta relax. You know, Dadswell's got to use his teammate here for a bit of a draft. He's got to get out of the way. I'm sure as you enjoy, go ahead and bring us our blue flag rules here, just so everybody's aware.
Oh, I haven't got them on my screen. Hold on, 2 seconds. Sorry.
Well, I can do it. I know that you really enjoy these blue flag rules.
I do enjoy the blue flag rules, and I love a good old debate about the blue flag rules. So I'm trying to keep one eye on the track. I'm trying to search out something as well. These blue flag rules, though, a little bit making me happy. I've got to be honest. Right, let me just scroll through. I'm trying to find the blue flag situation. Sorry, I got a laptop next to me at the same time. Right, blue flags. Yep. There we go, you see them. All drivers must obey blue flags and move over at the safest and earliest opportunity. Woohoo! When moving over, make sure it's clear and obvious, using the likes of an in-game pass left, pass right message so the driver behind knows which side to pass. In other words, get out the way. So there we go. Martello now is climbed all over the back of Fletcher. This is another DRS altitude. Oh no, James.
This is teammate. This is insane. This is great action right here between these two teams.
This is panic attacks all going on here in my booth. I tell you that much. I'm surprised my missus ain't come down and told me to be quiet, because this is just going to be altitude DRS, and well, let's just hope this stays clean, because if this does not, the inter-team discussions are going to be insane here. Carmelo Martello, Fletcher, DeSantis, and Dadswell. Altitude. Then we have DRS, altitude DRS.
It looks like these BMWs are really, you know, their advantage is down that straight, so they're able to keep ahead of the Porsches here. But as we get into the more tighter turny kind of sections, it looks like these Porsches are gaining right back on their rear end. You know, up front there, we've seen DeSantis fall back to, you know, 0.7 all the way up to, you know, 2/10, 1/10. That was close. Yeah, you see how close he's getting here through this tight section. You know, and then they come out here up to the straightaway, and the BMW is just able to hold him back.
Is it the BMW's grunt that's holding it back? That's the thing. Is it the grunt of the BM that is keeping the Porsches at bay? But
I think it is.
Oh no!
I think the BMW's just got enough oomph down those straights that even though the Porsche's getting the help from the draft, it's just not enough to, you know, they're gonna, and that's why we keep seeing them kind of make those late lunges, because they only really have those opportunities.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the lunging and joining the rear end. You know, the white car doesn't want the black car. It's not, you know, the blue car and the red car had a race. The blue car had everything the red car didn't. It doesn't mean the black car eats the blue car. You know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, it's going to go off.
Close. Close. That's the second time I think Martello stuck his nose down there. Right through Beckett's. That's the second time in a row he stuck his nose in there.
No! I thought Fletcher was gone then. I was up out of my chair and everything. And I've had to back away because I nearly smacked my table over at the same time. I thought Fletcher was gone. So there you go. Don't even start on that conversation, Dan Peoples. I'm not going to ask what's wrong with baked potato with steak. It's not even funny.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Don't even go there.
You see that the back marker is getting involved in this situation.
Yeah, but that's his teammate. That's Adam Hedgecock again. Hedgecock, as we know, with the blue flags. Oh my God, the leaders are literally the same. I wish I could multicam what is going on now, but I have not got another PC with another iRacing account. It's something I'm thinking about doing, I've got to be honest, because this multicam between that altitude of DRS up front, the altitude of DRS here, the altitude on the outside, and just to throw it in, you get Chris Daines from a Verano. Dadswell's even there, saying, I can't watch. I can't watch either. Oh, look at this gap. Oh no, and then we go back to this gap. I don't even know where to put the cameras. I'm sorry if we're chopping around, but this is just on the edge of your seat. 17 minutes to go, and we've got Altitude DRS, literally, they are nose to tail here. The Porsche here of Mettello cannot catch it. Currently, DeSantis is catching up to the back of Dadswell, but loses out on some of these fast-flowing straights. So just... guys, just sit back, relax, and try to enjoy it. I'm trying to sit back and relax. I haven't got it in me. I think my heart's going 10 to a dozen, and I'm not even sure what's going to happen, because for the next 16 minutes, I feel like I'm sitting watching a scary movie behind a pillow, because I can't watch what is going to happen here and how this is going to end. So please sit back with me. Give the videos a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, because trust me, there is nowhere else within the racing community you're going to see action like this, and you're only going to get it live on the JPB YouTube channel and the Next Gen Racing YouTube channel as well. So please subscribe to both, and please give them a thumbs up, because these drivers deserve as many thumbs up smashes. Start up another account, start up 6 accounts, 10 accounts, I don't care. Just hit that thumbs up as many times as you can, because this is just going to be absolutely incredible as we're going into the last 16 minutes. And just to top it off as well, Fletcher's not only got Mettello, he's also got Danes closing up. Danes is within a second of Mettello as well. So, yeah, Michael, over to you.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep my heart in my chest right now, because this is just so intense between these two teams, and it's just bringing Danes into the picture here. If we can go back to that battle real quick, just for a moment, just because it's just, there's so much going on here. It's hard. Yeah, we can see Fletcher here coming through. You got Martello right behind him. Danes is coming up from behind here. It's just these two teams are really neck and neck here, and then you got Danes coming in to join the party, and we just keep seeing that Porsche just want to stick its nose up there. But the thing is, even if he was to get through, I'm not sure he's got the speed down the straights to stay ahead. I don't know. I think this is really Altitude Esports' race to lose at this point. I think they have the advantage on the straights, which we know this track used to be a World War II.
Oh, that Porsche carries so much speed through Maggots and Beckett's going on to Chapel. That is only the run now down into Hangar that these BMWs can really grunt out. I'm sorry, Michael, but this is just too crazy, because the Sanders is going to be looking at it. It's going. Oh, which way is he going to go?
Back out.
Oh,
he's going to have an opportunity, though.
Yeah, he's oh my God, he's going to send it harder than me sending a parcel through FedEx, I'll tell you that much, because at the end of the day now, it is going to be for DeSantis, for Camilo Mettello. They've now got to decide. They're either going to pick them up, stick them in their pocket and go for it, or they're going to sit behind them to try and not cause any more issues. But I think in a moment, when you're talking about racers, DeSantis, you know, nearly 4K, Dadswell 4.5, and at the moment I don't think any single person here is not sitting back thinking how this one is going to turn out. 13 minutes on the clock. This is just unbelievable. Yeah, and DeSantis is going to go. He's got it. He's going to be looking now down, coming into left field again. This is where it was the first time. Oh, DeSantis goes. Whoa. It's got wide. But look at Fletcher. Look.
Well, that's he takes that first corner into Brookins wide to get close on left field. It's part of his line, but the BMWs are just so much stronger down the straights.
Yeah, but he's just got to. They've got to kind of hold it. We've got 30 minutes on the clock, and at the moment we are just seeing action between the front four. I promise you, there is 26, I don't know, 28 cars, should we say, left on the track, and I promise you they are still there. All right, Matt Shorter is still in third, Scott in second, Pereira in first in the silver, in the bronze, Doherty, Bebois and Holman. That is your top three, but this is the gold battle. This is the team on team. This is Altitude Esports versus DRS. This is it. This is the one and only.
Look at the spread between the front two and the third, fourth, and fifth right behind them. That's just insane. That view from the back straight there, the hangar straight, where you saw the first and second place, and then right behind him you see third, fourth, and fifth, nose to tail. just insane.
Oh, there's the back marker. This is going to look at moving out the way, I'm sure. De Santos is there as well. He's not giving this up, but the question is, can he get close enough to make this move? Is this back marker? Good job. Well done for you, young sir, getting that Merc out of the way. Now get it out of the way for the other ones, because they're coming through. Don't spoil this, because I promise you, this is going to be it. This is coming down to the last 11 minutes. This is coming down to the last lap. This is going to be across the line, Dan, as we saw it last night. This is going to be absolutely incredible. This is where the first contact happened in Luffield, and it hasn't happened this time around. This is now Carmelo Mettello, Fletcher and Danes, and I promise you what, if you do not sit back and enjoy this racing, you are not even a racing viewer. You just go and watch ballet, because this is just unbelievable action here between these guys, and they're putting on an absolute barnstorming show across the board on the channel, and I'm just I don't know. Michael, take over.
If you're Fletcher, you really want to see Danes really trying to come into the back of Martello there, slowing him down a little bit, giving Fletcher an opportunity to get a little bit closer to DeSantis. That's exactly what Dadswell and DeSantis or Fletcher both want. They want to get around this blue flag here. Fletcher's going to be able to use it.
It's got to move it. You're in the middle of the track.
Yeah, I disagree with that completely. That was the wrong move there by that Mercedes. But if you're Fletcher, you want to see Danes in your in Martello's rearview mirror there. You definitely want to see if you can get a little bit more space between you and get up on the back of DeSantis. Put DeSantis under as much pressure to help Dadswell out as possible.
He's in within the 1/10. He's within 1/10. Don't do it. Don't end it in this way. Please don't just send it harder than my postman post my mail, I'll tell you that much, because he rams it through that letterbox like he's on a right mission. He looks so angry with my postbox, he shoves it through so hard, I expect his fist to come through my postbox one day, I'll tell you that much. But at the moment, we've got Tom Dadswell in first, we've got Rafael DeSantis in second, then we're going out to Fletcher. He's opened up a 7/10. Martello has got Danes for company now as well. This is a different Verano DRS. Verano, Danes going up the inside. Danes going up the inside. Is he going to make it stick round Luffield? He is. No, yes.
What a move. Oh my God, that was intense.
Danes sent it on the inside of Luffield, and he has cleared Martello. That has given Fletcher about nearly a second gap. There it is on your screen. That's Fletcher. Breathe, Mark. Get on your bike, sunshine. DeSantis is only 3 seconds up the road. But this is it. This is the battle of the big guns. This isn't the Battle of Britain. Who needs it? This isn't Hastings. This ain't 1066. This is 2022, sitting here at the Silverstone circuit on the 5th of October. And this is the battle we've come to see. The Rafael DeSantis, the two amazing drivers that is coming down now with Mark Fletcher from the hangar straight down into Stowe as well. There ain't no World War I or World War II. You've got it on the racetrack right in front of you, and this is absolute barnstorming. Now 2 temps going into 8 minutes on the clock. Fletcher's got in too deep. He's gone in very tight. He's got in tight. He's got in tighter than me ordering a pair of shoes 3 sizes too small, I'll tell you that much, because now this is it. This is the one. Here we go now. Don't go anywhere. We're going down to Hamilton, and DeSantis is trying to make his move here. He's going to go, oh, this is going to go into Village. He's going to try in the Village. Oh, he didn't get in this time around, Michael, but he's going to have another go round, isn't he? He's got the loop.
Have an opportunity here in the loop, but I think he's been setting him up through Stowe. I think he has the opportunity right now, but I think his plan this whole time has been to set him up through Stowe.
Here we go, down into the fateful Luffield. Oh, Fletcher, get it turned. DeSantis has got to keep it on track as well.
DeSantis is going to have the opportunity here out of this down. Going to be down in the. I really.
This is Michael David. Oh, Danes has now got up onto the back of Fletcher. These guys are only 1.9 away from this front battle. We got 7 minutes. They've literally pulled out. Unbelievable. I'm going to try and give up the lap times behind. There it is. Look at that. Fletcher, 2 temps. 2 temps, 2 temps, 3 temps, nearly 4 is now, this could be turning into an absolute incredible battle. And I tell you what, you don't want this. Look at the Danes Fletcher. Look at the Dadswell Santos. Where are we going to put the camera? It's got to be on this one because Danes is going to try and ride him around the outside. He's going to have the inside line coming into the chicane as he goes right now. Here we go. This is going to be Danes now through into 3rd place, leaving him with a 2-second gap to try and close up with 6 minutes on the clock at the moment. Oh, Fletcher's there as well. Fletcher's nose went in, but that is Danes through. Oh, there we go. DeSantis again now, going for it down into Abbey. Can he make this move stick? He doesn't think about it this time. He set him up into Village. We've discussed this already. This is going to be a send. He's sending it. Oh, is he sending it? Oh, he's going to try and go around the outside of Village. Oh! And behind that, Fletcher's got Martello climbing all over him like a monkey, picking off spots off his mummy, I'll tell you that much. Here we go.
Danes is only a 2.5 off the back of these guys, too, in 3rd place.
Oh, that was the end of the left field. Oh, here we go now. I want to go back. I want to go back. Oh, it's okay. They've cleared it. They've got a little bit of a gap.
I really think that DeSantis is setting him up for a move into Stowe, just like we just saw from Danes.
Yeah.
I think that's been his plan the whole time. He keeps going wide there, but he hasn't been able to make it stick yet. I think that's been the plan the whole time.
Well, he's trying to set him up here, isn't he? He's trying to put him in a position where he wants him, and I think that's the situation with DeSantis. He's trying to put him where he needs Fletcher to be. He doesn't want Fletcher on that racing line. He keeps pulling off and he keeps trying to put him somewhere so DeSantis can go through. But I tell you what, Michael, 4.5 minutes on the clock and I don't think we're done yet.
No, not at all. Dan in the chat is saying that Danes, I agree with you, Dan. Danes could definitely pull this one out, especially if we have any sort of repeat from our first race there between these 2 drivers. Danes definitely has an opportunity here. He's only 1.2 back. He's definitely got the pace. And these 2 fighting out is just going to help his case.
Yeah, he's closing now. He's going to be within that 2nd window at this moment in time. So we're going to have to keep an eye on what goes on. And I tell you what, Danes and Dadswell, you boys, after this, get a beer, take a bow, tell us all we're not worthy. Because I tell you what, I couldn't do what you were doing now on the racetrack. I think I would end up having palpitations and a panic attack and sitting in the corner, banging my head against the wall, wondering what the bleeding world I'm even living in. I'll tell you that much, because this is just absolutely crazy action here tonight. And, you know, sorry if anybody's gone deaf or your volume's up too loud or whatever. This has just been unbelievable. DeSantis is trying to set him up again into Lovefield. Dadswell's not having any of it, and I think that's one of the things here. Dadswell is not having any of this. He knows what he's been trying to do, I think. Odoms is literally down the road as well, so that's another battle. Watson is tied into a battle as well with De Oliveira. He's just gone through in the 16th place. Oliveira passed Watson. Watson got past Oliveira, and Watson cleared it again. Danes has got past these. You've seen it. Dory has just passed Pereira as well, and Holmes has passed Francisco Pereira as well. So that is currently your top 10 at the moment. Dadswell, DeSantis, Danes, Fletcher, Martello, Williams, Gardner, Pirone, Holmes and Dory. So Dory is broken into the top 10 in the gold class. Pereira is winning the silver and Doherty is still winning the gold. However, he's only got half a second to Jordan Bebois. So Bebois, sorry. So, you know, you can see it on your left, guys, and I'm sorry if you're all going to message me after saying you didn't show much of anything, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to show you as much as I can why these guys are battling. And there is the battle for bronze. That is Doherty and Bebois currently as well. So these guys are coming down currently now down the Wellington Straight. Is he going to be looking at trying to make the move on the inside? He's got Lovefield in front of him. Is he going to try and set him up? He's gone all the way. They're going to ride around the outside of Lovefield too wide. If Bebois could stick this in, you know, he's going to have that inside.
Ooh, love that.
nose job for Benoit, please. Your plastic surgeon's at him and he's called Doherty. So give him another nose job there, because I'll tell you what, he needs it after that one. That is it.
We need to jump back up front. We need to jump back up front at DeSantis.
Oh, it's got that's well, he's got him. I mean, DeSantis
is he going to be able to hold it, though?
This is where Dadsworth's going to come back on the inside into Luffield. Dadsworth's actually on the outside of Luffield. Dadsworth's gone all the way. He's going to ride him round.
But yeah, no, he's had to back out every single time here into Luffield, and that's going to give DeSantis the opportunity to really kind of pull out.
I need to show you how this materialized, guys. I'm going to. I want to show you the replay of how DeSantis got through. I've got a funny feeling it was a run down into Abbey and Farm, which is what we've been expecting. But that BMW, I tell you what, has got more grunt than absolutely anything here at the moment, and currently is got in still in second place. I don't think this is done yet. I can't see this being done. The Porsches are looking very, very strong towards the end of the race, and we've only got 1 minute and 6 on the clock. So there's going to be, I think the next one's going to be the last one, Michael, I believe.
Yeah, but they're so much faster through Beckett and Chapel. He's going to try to break this draft here, but and it helps that he has Danes right up on Dadswell as well. This is going to be a 3-car race to the very end, the very bitter end. They should get one more lap in here. This is going to be right down to the wire.
Yeah, it's going to be one more lap.
This has been insane racing. This is just...
I
don't even know what to say right now. I honestly don't even know what to say right now.
I think this is it. We're on the final lap of the race. Final lap. What can Dadswell do? We're just watching silently, I think. I'm not entirely sure what we're hoping. Oh, we're not hoping for that. I'll tell you that much. Oh, I hope that hasn't jeopardized Dadswell trying to get onto the back of the Santas.
I think that's gonna compromise this race here. I think that little mistake there. I think he's a little too far back now. Is he still
closing? He's got a long. He's got a. Oh! He's got a long. He's still got half a lap plus a little bit more, really. They're only at Woodcote. He's got the run down. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got about 9 turns, Tom Dadswell, to try and make this stick. And at the moment, he's got Danes closing behind him as well. Now, half a second now has gone. That half a second is open up, and DeSantis, it looks like he's gone through. Fletcher's dropped off the pace, unfortunately. I don't know if Fletcher's tyres have been absolutely battered and he's gone. But this is it. You've got not long, Tom. Not long at all here. Can he maintain? I
can't believe how strong these Porsches have been closing to the end of the race here.
Oh, let's only have one. Let's only have one weave, please, sir. You're not knitting a jumper out on that track, mate. Let's only have one.
He's able to make a move in the club.
He's going to send it. He's got to send it here. He hasn't got a choice.
I think he's too far back. I don't think he's got it.
I think this is going to be Rafael DeSantis taking the victory in the feature race. Here tonight he is. Rafael DeSantis takes the victory. Dadswell in second. Danes in third. I'm not sure how much Dadswell had left there, and that could be why he's pulled over, because he may not have been able to make it through. But I want to have a look back at the move from Dadswell. Rafael DeSantis into Dadswell, please. Oh, I'd love to be able to kind of grab that and rewind it a little bit more, because I think that kind of managed to swap. I don't know.
Yeah, that move would have happened just up the road.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit further back, I think. But that's how DeSantis got him through. And I have to say, I need to breathe, because that was just some incredible action here tonight. And I think you'll all agree that I don't know, because that's just incredible what we've just witnessed, and DeSantis has come out on top of that one. So there we go. what an absolutely incredible night of racing. Pereira takes the victory in silver, closely followed by Shorter. Shorter got second place in the end, and then De Oliveira in third. I'm sorry if you feel unjust. I haven't shown you what's going on. But Bebois got the victory in bronze, and I tell you why that, and that is because at this moment here with Darren Doherty. Now, I'm hoping this wasn't helped. It was helped. It was helped.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan Bebois.
That was blatant. Yeah, that's gonna be one for the stewards there.
That was late there, dude. I tell you, Mark, that was late. Whoa, that's not gonna help. I believe that was car number 23. That was Sam Holman also making a move on Doherty as well. So I have this distinct feeling that this could just be, a little bit of a late one. Wow.
There was quite a bit going on there. Not really sure how to take that. Doherty really losing out there on the last lap. Bebois making the move, that lunge there. That's brave. I'm not sure how the stewards are going to see that. I think they're probably going to see it the same way you and I do.
Yeah.
It's a little late.
Audio cutting out for who? I don't understand. Is that just for you? It's been fine. Well, says Daswell. What happened to Doherty? Well, I've just shown you what happened to Doherty as well, so I hope you've seen it. So thank you so much. Poor Doherty. There you go. Is all seen it and everybody is happy. But I think you kind of got to agree that was probably one of the most intense races we've ever watched there, Michael. And why don't you finish off for the final time for the overalls? Let's bring you up the overall finishing positions. There we go. Go for your life, buddy.
That was insane racing. Rafael DeSantis pulling it off in the last two laps there from Tom Dadswell. Chris Janes very close to pulling off a second place, but he's going to have to settle for third. Great drive, great evening for Chris Janes. Mark Fletcher in fourth place. Carmelo Martello in fifth place. Gaza Williams in sixth place. Gavin Gardner in seventh place. Gianni Peroni in eighth place. Jamie Doherty in ninth place. Adam Holmes in 10th place. Francesco Pereira in 11th. Simone Parpola in 12th place. Benji McCluskey in 13th. Matt Shorter in 14th. Paul Scott 15th. Samuel De Oliveira 16th. Adam Watson in 17th. Jordan Bebois in 18th, your current bronze winner. Sam Holman in 19th.
Sorry, 2 seconds.
It's okay. We got Baz Meacham in 20th place. Darren Daugherty coming back in the 21st place. Robert Odoms in 22nd. Igor Bembich in 23rd. Adam Hedgecock in 24th. Daniel Sitzman in 25th. Paul Williams in 26th. Mark Baker in 27th. Mark Sykes in 28th. Stefan Albanese in 29th. Liam Tack in 30th. Nigel Scott bringing up 31st place.
Yeah, that was just unbelievable action, and I think now we'll have try and get the green flag and see if we can go back that far. Is it going to love it? It's not, is it? Not at all. No, you're not going to. All right, you can stop now before you give everybody an epileptic fit. Stop. There we go. So there we go, guys. Right, 4 interviews. Let's start off with your first place man this evening, Rafael DeSantis. How are you, buddy? That was intense.
Oh yeah, it was definitely intense. I mean, I'm sweating so hard right now.
Dude, you don't even want to hear. Like, if you want to watch it back, you can see how intense it got. But that was just unbelievable racing. Now, towards the end, Michael said it looked like you were setting him up on, where was it, Mo? After Village, wasn't it? Coming out of Farm through Village to try and make the overtake down into Brooklands. Was that the game plan? Because that just looked like what you were trying to do.
Well, honestly, in the last few laps, I noticed that Mark Fletcher was catching up quite quickly. So I didn't really want to fight too much, just so that he couldn't get involved. So honestly, I was just waiting for the last 2 laps or something to do something. But yeah, I mean, the plan was originally, I thought I was going to do it into Stowe.
Stowe. Yeah, I told you. That's what I thought, yeah.
But then I noticed that he was making a mistake in turn 1 and having to have a really bad exit there. So I noticed that I could maybe pull something off there. So yeah, that was the move done.
Done, and you went on to take the victory. Now, all I can say is really congratulations, take a bow, brother, because that was just absolutely unbelievable. Sprint race didn't go so well.
Yeah, the sprint race, I mean, yeah, I just misjudged the braking. I mean, I didn't expect him, well, not him especially, but just the BMW just seemed to not, it wasn't able to carry as much corner speed through like that corner specifically. So I didn't expect him to be that slow through in that exact moment, and then I was just a bit too late on the brakes, so that was my bad.
Yeah, you know, that it is what it is, and I got, you know, all we were saying in the booth was literally, if that happened again, what the fallout is going to be from that. You know, I can't even imagine what was going through your head.
I was just braking very early because I knew that he would be a bit slower than me through that corner because he had a different line. So I was just a bit more careful, I guess.
Well, yeah.
But it worked out.
Yeah, I would have been careful as well because, you know, you can the repercussions if you two had come together again into Luffield, which I thought you were going to at one point. You know, look, job done this week, so well done anyway. Congratulations, mate. You absolutely smashed it. Going on to Imola for round 4. That's a different track again. Any thoughts on Imola before you depart this evening?
I've never actually done Imola on iRacing, so that's going to be a difficult one for me.
Yeah, I'd practice, mate. I would. Yeah, but you know what I mean. Go out and give it a good shot. But dude, well done. Is there anybody who you want to give a shout out to this evening?
Well, I was gonna shout out my friend Ethan who was watching the live stream, and thank you for watching. And let's go, we did it.
Yeah, you did it, mate. Well done to you as well. But Raphael, overall, congratulations on your victory this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, I'm going to pull in 2 people together at this moment in time. I'm going to be joined in the booth. I'm going to take the plunge, talk to 2 drivers at the same time. I'm going to have a chat with Mark Fletcher and Tom Dadswell from the Altitude Esports teams. And let's give a first question over to Tom. Tom, how are you feeling? Because, you know, that was a toughie, mate.
Yeah, that was a tough race. I think it all sort of started to go wrong after the pit stop. I realised I didn't put enough fuel in the car.
Oh. Okay, is that why you stopped directly after the line?
I had I had enough for, I think it was 31 laps, but it was saying that it was going to like really close between 31 and 32. And if it went to the 32, I wouldn't have had enough. So I was just sort of like trying to like hold DeSantis up a little bit, trying not to get the extra lap in.
Okay, so overall, you know, the race itself was a tough one because obviously, you know, as you say, you were managing fuel as best you can. And, you know, the race 1 didn't quite go well for you two. Now, you know, DeSantis said he was kind of thinking about that being in the car. He tried to brake a little bit earlier. Were you thinking about, like, because I was thinking about it, and I weren't even in the car, mate. You know, at the end of the day, it's my job to think about it. But I was thinking about it, and all sorts of things were coming out. And if you watch the broadcast back, you know, turn it down a little bit, mate, because I got a little bit loud. But, you know, were you thinking about that incident in race 1 with him behind you in race 2?
I was a little bit, but I mean, it's all behind us now. He said sorry. I could see like he was being a little bit more cautious, but yeah, I have been pretty unlucky to have it happen twice.
Yeah, it would have been. Trust me, mate. It's like I said to Raphael. Can you imagine what happened with the fallout from that? It would have been bigger than Verstappen and Hamilton. I'll tell you that much. It would have been absolutely crazy. But look, dude. Overall, you finished 2nd place. Now I want to bring in Mark Fletcher as well. Mark, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me, buddy.
That's right. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I want to just have a quick thing with you, Mark. You seem to drop off towards the end. Was anything going on that we didn't quite pick up on?
Yeah, I think my front left tire was on fire at some stages of that race. I was really trying to get back on onto the back of Tom because obviously two attitude cars are better than one. But yeah, I just ran out of tires at the end. And yeah, fair play to Chris. He just drove around the outside of me. I was like, you evidently have more grip than I do.
Yeah, there was even thoughts of Jack, the Danes might have been able to take the victory, and I think if that had gone maybe a few more laps, he possibly could have done, because yeah, you were just clearly, it looked like you were stood still at one point. You know what I mean? Involved in the battle with Carmelo Mettello for pretty much most of the second half of that pit stop, Mark. What was going through your head, because you've got it's almost like your team rivals behind you. At one point we had altitude DRS. Were you thinking that you've got to try and hold him, you've got to try and fight, or were you like, look, dude, if you're going to make a dive, I'm not going to stop you?
I thought it was really good for you guys because the gaps were literally the same between me and the car behind and Tom and the car behind that. So it was literally a pairing. But yeah, if he'd have got past me, he'd have cruised up to the back of them. Me and Tom were saying just in the other room, through the first section, those Porsches are so fast out of the twisty stuff, and I just didn't have the traction to keep with them. So it was, manage our own race, and then as soon as Chris got onto the back of both of us, I thought, well, hopefully those two will start fighting. They did, and I was like, here we go, I got a second gap, and then before you know it, my rear view mirror was full of blue and yellow, and I was like, oh, where did he come from?
Yeah, he was closing all the time, literally. While you guys were fighting, he was closing consistently, Danes, and he come up to the back, went past Mettello. Somebody, Dan, one of the guys in chat, basically just said this could be Danes' to lose, because he was looking so quick towards the end, and I think the fact that Chris come through and took third place is just an amazing feat, to be fair, because the battling was just insane. But did the question for both of you, so let's go with Mark first. Did the battling, you think, hold you guys up and allow Danes to come into where he did?
I think it makes for great racing. It's probably one of the cleanest series we've been in. But yeah, it's great to battle. It's good to watch, and it's good for the cameras. But yeah, I think if we'd have got, I think it potentially could have been a 5-car train. I'd have definitely been at the back of it, though.
Oh man, Tom, what's your thoughts?
Sorry, can you say the question again?
I said, Tom just zoned out then. He's like, yeah, Mark's talking. I'm just going to have I'll have a snooze. He'll talk for a while. No, we was just saying, obviously, with the battling that would gone on, do you feel your battling kind of slowed you guys down? Obviously, you said you were managing fuel, and from your point of view, I suppose you were kind of doing it on purpose. But do you feel that kind of battling brought everybody else into play?
Well, that was sort of part of my plan as well. I sort of wanted Mark to catch up a little bit, and then sort of so I can have a rear gunner to sort of help. But yeah, clearly.
Mate, you'll be so lucky.
Yeah, I don't think Mark's a very good rear gunner. I think if you'd have given them that room, Mark would have had you and all, mate. You know what I mean? Let's But guys, look, I have to say, just get out of the room, take a bow, because you've both been absolutely incredible. The racing was insane, and I hope you watch it back and listen to what I was saying. Some of it complete and utter gobbledygook, but there we go. A little bit excited. Is there anybody you guys want to give a shout out to first? Mark, anybody you want to shout out to this evening?
Yeah, just all of our team sponsors, really. yeah. Well done, Tom, for making the setup, which is fixed. So our team sponsors, we've got Freem Sim Stickers, obviously Hedge that does all of our pictures, Ace Tech Sim Sports, Phil Regan who does all of our paints, and I think that's about it.
Sim Stickers?
I said Sim Stickers.
He did say that, yeah. Anybody you want to add, Tom, before you depart this evening?
Yeah, just Mark. All
right, okay. All right, well done, you guys. Absolutely stunning race. So, yeah, just go relax and enjoy it, bud. But congratulations again, you guys. Absolutely amazing.
Cheers.
Go. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
See you soon.
Bye. Right, so that was Mark Fletcher and Tom Dadswell. I want to bring in, I've got Sam Holman. I'm going to have a quick chat with Sam there as well. Sam, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you, young sir? Second in the bronze. A little bit fortunate, Sam, would you say, with the accident between Doherty and Bebois?
Yeah, I'd say so. I was chasing them down, just trying to see what could happen. I really feel for Doherty because I went back and watched it afterwards. Yeah, I'm going to let the stewards sort that one out. I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, there was not much of an opinion from me. Well, from me and Michael, to be fair. I think we both agreed that move was late. The stewards have got to look on that. I think that's a definite given. Probably, in our eyes, he probably shouldn't have been there. But look, let's not take nothing away from you, sir. You finished second overall. You're in the right place at the right time. You picked the pieces up when it went wrong up front, which, as we all know, it can happen. Overall, though, a good evening for you.
Sprint race was a disaster. Got taken out by the other Sam De Oliveira on lap 2. So I apologised for it. It was just one of those. I got punted and turned around, so I finished stone dead last. And then, frankly, I didn't even realise I was starting on pole. It's my first race in this season. I've had to miss the first 2 due to work. And about a lap in, I went, oh, I can't see any other bronzes around here, so I must have started pole. But yeah, just sort of picked my way through. I've never been the fastest on pace. Same last season in the LMP2. I kind of like to try and be as consistent as possible and be there to pick up the pieces when something does happen. So obviously I had to have an extra pit stop to fix the damage because I got turned around. No, I didn't get turned around. Sorry, there was a collision in the Silvers up ahead.
Yep.
On lap 1, 2, whatever it was.
Yeah, there was like a 10 car pile up into Luffield, I think it was, or into the
chicane.
Yep.
Into Vale just before club. I watched the replay and I clipped someone with the back of my car. They just turned me around, so it wasn't their fault. I cut it a bit fine trying to pick my way through 3 cars facing the wrong way, so it happens. But yeah, just got my head down, got my pit stop out of the way because I had to for damage, and just sort of started trying to pick through the field. Really, I was managing a gap to Baz Meacham after a while because he came up, I think just behind me after the pits. So it was about a second off my tail. Had to manage that for a bit to keep me honest. Other than that, it's just keep facing forward and just get around the track as fast as possible. Really.
Absolutely, mate. And look, at the end of the day, regardless of how that second place come about, you still got second in class. So well done to you. Absolutely incredible. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go?
Hadn't thought that far ahead, so I'm going to go with no. Hope you're all having a lovely evening. I'll do the stereotypical thing. Hi, Mum. Hope you're well. And hi, Dad, as well.
Look, Mum. Sam's
not that they're watching.
Look,
there we go.
Look, Mum,
standard thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, it's one of them, isn't it? It's kind of like, look, Mum, Sam's on TV. Say hello.
Mum, I made it. I made it.
Yeah, I'll send you an autograph photo, Mum. Don't you worry about it. Well done, Sam. Thank you so much for joining us in the booth this evening.
Nice one, guys. See you next week.
See you later. Right, let's bring in Mr. Chris Daines, who got the third place completely through his own skill, his own ability, his own top driving, and managed to close the gap up to the guys in front that were fighting like absolute banshees. Chris, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Well, that weren't bad, was it, the feature?
Yeah, it was good. It was good racing. I knew it was the same as last time I was out. Just take my time, pick them off one by one. The Porsche is really good coming into the final stages of the race. It really picks up pace, whereas the BMW seems to drop off quite a bit. So the BMW really does pull a nice gap at the front, but you always know you're going to slowly reel him back in towards the end of the race. It's just unfortunate a couple more laps, and I think I probably would have taken the win. But yeah, well done to Santis for that one.
Yeah, well, there was some lovely chat as well. A couple of people were like, this could be Daines' to win here because he's the gap that he's gaining and everything else. But look, at the end of the day, mate, not a bad evening. Took the win in the sprint. Again, regardless how that came about, whether the Santis and Dadswell, contact helped you, it doesn't matter. You still won flat out, so give yourself a pat on the back for that one, buddy. And third in the feature. So all in all, mate, you've had a pretty good night's racing.
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, I didn't want to take the win like that in race 1. It was really unfair, I think, the way that was taken. But, it is a race at the end of the day and incidents happen. I'm not going to delve into what happened too much because it's not between me and anyone else. But, yeah, it was really unfortunate to see Tom spinning off like that. So I do think he deserved that one. But at the end of the day, like I said before, it's racing. Things happen, incidents happen, and yeah, it's the racing in general is absolutely brilliant. You know, bar the start of the race last time, I think in general, I think the racing is really, really clean. There's a lot of respect out there between drivers, and you know, long may it continue.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, mate, I think the racing this evening has just been absolutely incredible all the way through the board. We head to Imola next week, mate. What's your thoughts on it? You know what I mean? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Yeah, so when I was picking the car for this season, I was training at Imola for all of it, and the Porsche came out on top for me most of the time when I was testing all the cars there. And so I've done a lot of laps at Imola, so I am hoping for a good result there. It's very bumpy on the curbs there, and the Porsche doesn't really like the curbs too much, so I've just got to watch those curbs. But other than that, yeah, I'm looking for a strong round next round, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in.
Yeah, because them Imola curbs can cause big problems. I think that's probably where the BMW is a little bit more of an advantage, because as we know, the BMW kind of eats curbs for breakfast. You know, look, mate, I've got nothing left to say apart from the fact, Chris, what an absolute stunning night of racing that you've had, buddy. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening?
Yeah, just quickly, I want to shout out all the new drivers that have joined Verano. We've had an influx of drivers wanting to join my team over the past couple of weeks. So a big shout out to all the new drivers that have joined us. We're competing at the Petit Le Mans this weekend. We've got 4 cars entering, so big shout out to all my drivers there, and you guys obviously in the broadcast and Nxtgen for putting on a fantastic league.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your kind words there, buddy. And enjoy watching it back. You might want to turn it down a little bit towards the end of the race. I did get a little bit loud. But look, mate, absolutely stunning there, Chris, and we'll let you go. Thank you again for joining us in the booth.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, there we go, guys. That's been the interview section. Elwin there as well. That was amazing. This season is going to heat up nicely. It is. I'm quite looking forward to the scores. Daswell's off to go and sit in a dark room for a few hours. Well, you know, there you go. What more can we ask for there, buddy? And Adam Watson, I tried the Audi, had no grip. Yeah, mate. I'm not quite sure that was the right choice. And something has just literally flown at me in my booth. And it looked like a small bird. And I'm not even quite sure what it was. But whatever it was, I've smacked on the floor now. So there you go. Yeah, Adam, I think at the end of the day, mate, you may want to look at the, you know, whether or not you can change cars on that one. I'm not quite sure what where we're at with the car changes rules.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, we're just scrolling through.
Choice. Yeah, there you go. Once a driver has selected a car, their choice for you cannot change in between races for that round. If you do not score points, you can't pick the Audi for the. Okay, so you can change after a round. So you can't go from one car in the sprint race to a different car in the feature race, but you can pick a new car for like next week. The only thing is you would have to forfeit 50 championship points.
Oh, well, there you go. Adam, that's on you there, buddy. Michael, finish it off tonight because, you know, give us a sentence. What do you think?
A sentence?
Yeah.
Absolute mayhem. I don't even know if there's a sentence for that. That was great racing. Having the two car battle between DRS and Altitude Sport, both of those cars up front and then in 3rd and 4th place, and then you see Chris Daines coming all the way back. You know, he won the first race, he won the sprint, so he had to go all the way through the field to get back up into 3rd place, and he still had plenty of pace at the end. So that was a heck of a drive from Chris Daines. We saw quite a bit of you know, kerfluffle going on. There was a few incidents. Definitely going to be some conversations with the stewards this week. But don't want to get too far into that because neither you or I are stewards. We weren't in the cars. We don't know exactly what happened there. We only have our own opinions from up here in the booth. But yeah, man, I thought the racing tonight was just incredibly tight, clean for the most part. Especially in that feature race between the Porsches and the BMWs. I know we were kind of concerned there for a while that it wouldn't be the case, but in the end, it all turned out to be just clean, great fun. I want to thank everybody for out there in the chat. Most importantly, the chat 69XYZ bot, the best adult
yeah,
he's the #1 fan. He follows me everywhere.
Yeah, it's coming back again.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody out there in the chat, all the drivers tonight. Great racing up and down the field. It's just a great format that they have here, and I'm really excited to be here today. Glad I got to join you in the booth, James, and thanks for having me, everybody.
No worries there, buddy. That was the longest sentence in the world by you from Michael. There you go. I'm not quite sure he got the sentence. I think we had more of a 500-page dissertation, but there we go. Thank you so much again, Michael, for joining me. As always, buddy, it has been an absolute pleasure. Well, guys, there you go. That rounds out our GT3, Nxtgen GT3 coverage live from Silverstone, and I think you have to admit, that was probably one of the most amazing races we've ever watched. So thank you to everybody that's joined me in the booth this evening. Daswell, Adam Watts, David Walters as well. Dan Peoples, thank you again for coming in. Absolutely amazing. But really, guys, Elwin as well, thank you again for jumping in. Shane Abbott has popped in earlier on as well, and Katie Ames as well. Come on the altitude, boys. They definitely did well this evening, so an absolute stunning race for them. And obviously Sean Cronley Swash as well. Verano first. What happened? That was obviously earlier on with the Dadswell Santos incident. But guys, that is it. That rounds out tonight's broadcast. And as always, all that's left for me to say from myself and Michael David, you all take care. Have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.